And good evening, people. This is But Peep This, the podcast episode 30. We done 30 of them things. This is a show where we talk about whatever the hell we want. That's Jennifer. That's J.E.'s. I'm Lionel. Sean is not here because he's playing Timmy Turner in the Very Odd Parents play. Um, Whatever. I guess he'll be back next week. Um, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're reviewing a movie, reviewing an album, a couple things, whatever comes up. Um, I wanted to start off by asking, what's the craziest thing y'all have seen this week? Let's break the ice.
Craziest thing this week
I will
is
go
is
first.
okay. Good.
50 Tyson is following me on TikTok.
That's the craziest thing any of us have seen this week. There it is.
So it he posted a video and it was pretty much him making a song called We Are Monkeys in the Jungle. And he used, if you type in 50 Tyson and go to his page, it's literally one of the first, it was the newest video that's up that's not pinned.
I didn't know he was still doing that.
Uh, He's still doing that. Yes,
Right.
that. So I was like the third or fourth comment, and I just wrote 50. What the fuck you on? And I guess he took that as I love this. And he
Yeah.
followed me back. He followed me. I followed him back. And then he sent me like a thank you for supporting my videos. And I wanted to say, I really wasn't. But
Right. Right.
at this point, you kind of forcing my hand here.
Shit.
So 50 Tyson is following me on TikTok. I don't know if he's a celebrity or not. He's definitely the
That's
most famous person that's following me right now.
okay. Right. The only thing I've seen so far, and it's the Grammys' fault, as well as Fashion Week a few weeks or so ago, I guess. um, has been stop. You can't play with that. Stop. Um, conspiracy theories. That's the only thing I've seen a lot of. Of course, anytime Beyonce breathes in public, it's a conspiracy theory. Um, and then the one with the Fashion Week, I think it was in France. I don't know. I know it wasn't the one in New York, but the way Doja Cat dressed for at least the first night. And I think the theme was something around Dante's Inferno, in which I just recently had to tell somebody what that was after telling them what the theme was. That whole Dante's Inferno is interesting. It's interesting because most people have their descriptions of hell from a story written by a dude who was ousted from his community and wrote a story as him being a hero. And just imagine all that shit. But whatever. The way Doja Cat was dressed, if anybody's seen it so far, it's just all red and it's
Yeah.
where you see it and do yeah, right. So she just said something that I haven't seen a lot of celebrities do whenever they um get the Illuminati devil worshiper stuff launched at them. And she said, this Illuminati shit is so funny to me. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep doing deliberate weird ass shit just to make those people uncomfortable. I found a new outlet of joy. I love the fuck out of that because what's gonna happen is she's only gonna get weirder. Somebody who's always been weird anyway.
It's about
She's
to get
only gonna get weirder, and the people who didn't see that tweet are only gonna dive deeper into conspiracies, and this shit is only gonna get funny. So,
You know, I know somebody, well, back in the day, like, 2013, 2012, when that whole Illuminati shit was really, hot,
yeah,
you couldn't do anything with a triangle
no,
because it'd be, hey, Illuminati.
yeah,
We playing PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. We playing SmackDown versus Raw. You gotta use
Right.
triangle
Yeah,
for the
man.
finisher.
Yeah.
Every time you hit triangle, hey, Illuminati. Bro, shut up. Pass the stick.
What? Cut it out, man.
Out.
Cut it.
Taco Bell.
Look.
Every time you hit a boom, oh, hey, bro, that's Illuminati. And then Taco Bell came out with a commercial that was real.
Yeah, that was really fucking with him. I thought that was so dope. I love
Oh
that.
my God. Hey,
I
y'all see
love
Taco Bell commercial? Illuminati, bro.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
Chill.
Look, I just posted a status, and we're gonna reveal this here because I do believe my music will eventually reach a larger audience.
Of course.
And what I said on Facebook was that once the larger audience catch on, they're gonna check back to the things that I'm doing now, and they're either gonna appreciate it or hit me heavy with conspiracy theory. Because all of the visuals that I'm creating, I will admit right here. So anywhere in the future, when somebody's doing their research and they come back to this exact moment, yes, I'm doing it on purpose. Now, I will say this, a lot of that shit I'm interested in myself. I've always like when as a kid when we learned shapes and stuff, triangle was always my favorite one. I'm pretty sure that's not helping my case here, but
No,
still,
no.
it's
It's not. It is not helping your case.
so the visual that I'm about to put out, it starts with two fingers touching in a light flash, and then there's a bird that's flying, a purple bird that's flying in the darkness. Then you get hit with the universe, and bam, bunch of rotating triangles. And at the end, there's a skull where smoke is coming down on, and as the video fades out, my face fades in on the skull.
Make sure
Yeah.
you tag me because I want the first comment to be Illuminati. Oh,
I was actually I was about to jokingly say that.
wait a minute. What are you doing?
Oh man.
Y'all see?
Yes,
Are you?
I am doing it on purpose.
Why are
So,
you pointing my Nerf gun at me?
are you about to get shot with Nerf?
I got caught slipping in my own house.
Right. You lacking, bro.
Oh,
You lacking. What is it? No, you got to get it together, man. And see, you can't even find yours. See, it's already over. It's already over. We might as well play the order.
That should be closer reach.
She had already emptied the clip at this point. That's
I
it.
had an
It's
office
done.
that kept a better track of their Nerf guns than me. We all had our own Nerf gun because it was an office of 10, and if you wanted to get somebody's attention, you could shoot them across the office.
Oh, that's cool.
It was
That is cool.
I don't miss that workplace. I didn't like that was not my favorite job, but being able to shoot somebody with a Nerf gun and watching
That is cool.
Steve King from Iowa get bitched out outside of Starbucks was the
Yes. That is cool.
I worked near Capitol Hill, so I got to see representatives get yelled at some mornings.
I'm out of bullets. I'm out of bullets.
That is cool.
Oh, nice.
It was so funny because I'm standing in Starbucks with my coworkers and they're like, "Is that Steve King?" Like on the corner because we're the Starbucks closest to Capitol Hill, and I turn around and he's getting ripped into on the corner.
We good.
Can you imagine being around there now with everybody who's following George Santos, if that's his real name?
I legitimately got off on the metro stop that was on top of Capitol Hill. That would have been some shit to watch.
Sorry about that, y'all. Our anniversary gifts to each other were Nerf guns, and this is
Perfect gifts.
And
This
you
has
didn't
been-
keep it was within arm's reach.
Right.
it was in arm's reach, but it wasn't the one I usually deal with. Yeah, she
Okay.
back. It's all right.
You got caught lacking, bro.
She got-
Yeah.
Good to have you back, Melody.
Thank you. Feels
Okay.
feels good to be back. I'm so sorry, y'all. I've been dealing with life and everything else.
Life
so things are
happens.
finally coming together.
So I was sharing news before I got walked down.
Before she got the chopper, go ahead.
Yeah, it literally was a right.
She said, hold on. We just recently celebrated Martin Luther King Day. She said, "Let freedom ring or the chopper go swing."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, do you know who 50 Tyson is?
That name rings a bell.
He's from
That's an
Zone
appropriate
6, Northside, Minnesota. 50 Tyson. If you literally Google 50 Tyson real
Tyson.
quick.
Okay, hold on. Is his name literally 50 Tyson?
50 Tyson, like Tyson chicken.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
50 Tyson.
Okay, I see he's an artist. Okay. What kind of fade is that?
50 Tyson is following me on TikTok, y'all.
Yo, 50 Tyson is kind of a visionary. Do you consider do you know how many rappers sound like 50 Tyson
A
today?
lot of bro. Hold on. 50 Tyson paved the way for a lot of
Yes.
these rappers out here.
Yes.
50 Tyson posted a TikTok today where he made a
Okay.
song, and it was pretty much "We are monkeys in a jungle." And then he took the Coldplay video, "Adventure of a Lifetime," where the monkeys were dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And he added that to the song. And I was like one of the first 10 comments, and I just wrote 50. What the fuck you on? No LOL. I don't even think I may have put an LOL in there. But
I don't think you did. I think I found your comment a second ago.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was one of the first comments. And then he was like, he followed me.
Oh my
And
god.
then he messaged me. It's like, I appreciate you supporting the content. But it's like, I really wasn't. I mean,
Right.
you follow me, so I gotta follow you back, man. I guess. I guess I'm in this for the
That's
long
how
run.
does all this works now.
Yeah.
Yo, so look, one of my favorite groups on Facebook, man. They always come through for me when I ask these questions. Usually on my regular page, the responses are cool, but in that group, it's always hilarious. So I randomly thought about this. Uh, Late teenage Aaliyah performed a song in which she wrote a
Mhm. A
4-page
page
letter.
letter.
Look, 4 pages, man.
Front and back.
And
Okay.
I would like to believe it was front and back
So that's
because
8.
the emotion
Is
that
it-
she was trying to convey. Because now, look, let's remember some details about 4-page letter. She don't really know him, but she's always had her eye on him, right? Her
Yeah.
friends tell her that he don't notice her at all. She was too shy to approach, so she wanted to write a letter. I don't know if she thought it was going to be 4 pages. But here's some details to remember before my question. She wrote this. Now, of course, we all remember writing anything with a pen or pencil or whatever, even if it was love letters or whatever. She wrote this, not typed it, not texted, none of that. She wrote 4 pages of what I think about you, sir. And don't forget, enclosed it with a kiss and sent it in the mail, not by a friend, not by one of his friends, not leave it in his locker. No, 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 no. Aaliyah put it in the mail and hoped that he got it on time.
That's
Now,
some
I don't
stalker
know if he
shit
got it
right
on
there.
time.
The postal service in the early 2000s was one of the most reliable things on this planet.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Her
okay,
handwriting
cool.
was good because like making somebody read 4 pages.
So, are we talking about
And
4 pages?
But see,
Like,
here's a question. Because now you make me feel comfortable about the question. He may have gotten it on time. Remember my details. What do you think this brother responded with after getting a
so
4-page letter from
he
somebody
just
that
looked
he
at
probably don't even know?
he didn't even read
okay.
it probably. He just glanced at it. That's what I say. He probably just glanced and be like,
I
"What's
have
this
I
bitch
have a question.
about?" Okay.
So when we say 4 pages, is it 2 pages front and back or 4 pages front and back?
Okay.
No, you know what?
Okay.
I'm imagining is 4 pages front and back. That's what because I
Okay.
don't imagine her using I don't imagine her wasting the paper and not using both sides in this situation. And I'm not imagining them thinking of the great detail you thought there. 2 pages, but it's front and back, so technically it's 4 pages. I'm
True.
not imagining her doing that. No, I'm imagining it being 4 pages front and back on each one of the pages.
You know what?
This is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is just me. Okay, first of all, the last time I typed 4 pages, that was in my college days, and now that I'm out in the real world, I ain't gonna do that shit. Okay.
Let me tell you.
Oh shit!
The thought
I mean,
of
Jen, are you doing that? Because I'm not.
Listen, when I have to turn stuff in, my boss is like a page and a half. I don't want to read more than that.
Yeah, exactly,
the thought
exactly.
of Aaliyah, rest in peace, writing 4 pages, putting it in an envelope, and kissing that bitch is hilarious to me.
It's stalker shit right there.
Just like,
Look,
she's like, put it in an envelope, and she went, nah. And then she went, that's a bar.
if we're being honest, Melody is kind of right. It does seem a little stalker-ish. Because how did you get my address to send me this letter?
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
And I'm not, Jen, you know, my attention span for shit that I don't want to deal with is like, I would have read the first 2 paragraphs.
Oh, look, Lionel. Look, wait a minute, Lionel. From the responses I've gotten from 100% women, you, sir, have just proved them right about us. It's your fault.
That's fucking
because
fine.
That's all I've gotten.
Look, at this point,
that's all I've gotten.
At this point,
matter of fact, look, when I said it to Keisha, before anybody else said anything on Facebook, Keisha said he probably read the first page and that was it. Hey, why are you doing us like this?
At this point, I'm reading 2 paragraphs.
Trying to fight for us.
I don't think he even read 2 paragraphs. He probably just looked at him like, "What the fuck is this?" and went on about his day. That's what I say.
Because
I would have questioned if it was junk mail at first, if it's not something I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Like that shit might have gone in the trash.
Do you think she got the return address for him to respond?
Doubt it. I doubt it.
Because if she sent me a letter with no return address, like, how am I supposed to respond to her? Like, what result was she expecting?
Somebody responded to it and created a whole scenario of like them holding hands and stuff, and being in class and school, and it made me think about something. With 90s R&B, we will romanticize the fuck out of it, but a lot of it is great. Let me put that at the top. I want to say that before I say anything else. 90s R&B is great. Get it. A lot of it is weird and toxic.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
It is so weird.
Yeah.
It's toxic.
Check me out. I would like literally try to find this girl and go, "Hey, shawty, listen. 4 pages is a lot. I did not read that shit. We right here. What's up?"
This honestly sounds like a high schooler slipping it into somebody's locker and running.
Yeah.
That would be
Jen,
better.
I tell you what, Jen, scenario. We're in the calf, right? We go over to Walsh, check our mailboxes. It's a fucking envelope with 4 pages in it in my mailbox. And I go, some random person just left a 4-page letter in my mailbox. Are you gonna tell me to read the shit?
Nope.
Yeah, because I want to know what the fuck's in it.
You know it. Only nosy people want to do that.
Wait. Now that scenario is a little different, because if you approach it that way, then I feel like I have to read it. But if I look at it and there's a name on there, and I'm thinking at the time, teenage boy, I'm like, oh shit, hold up now. Who trying to holler at you? Who trying to holler at your man, huh? But if I start reading it, this is where she gonna mess up. If the first page doesn't grab me, I'm gonna start like shuffling papers. Like, wait a minute, this 4 months? Nah.
Listen, I'm gonna start pointing out grammatical errors and all that shit.
I'm going to the last.
No, just to save y'all the trouble. Jen's gonna laugh at this. instead of correcting grammatical errors, just put it through Grammarly. Grammarly will fix everything.
Yeah, bro, hold up.
No,
You
look,
didn't write
no,
this. This is
y'all
not
can't
original.
do that. Y'all can't do that. We gotta keep it in the frame of the '90s here because
We
this is
get
when
a
it
nice
happened.
bright pink pen and you go through and correct.
And you know what? Y'all want to know something funny? Jen, she's joking, but she would actually do some shit like that.
I believe it.
I can see it.
100%.
If somebody wrote her a 4-page paper, she's like, I give it a B because there were a lot of errors in it. But the
Also,
thought was
because you
really good.
clearly don't
Hey,
know me well enough
her.
to be sending me this fucking letter.
But wait a minute, Gina, if you're giving it a B, if you're judging the grammatical errors and all of that, are you judging it? Are you looking at are you giving it an academic grade and an
Yes.
emotion grade or
No.
just an academic grade?
Just an academic grade.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and listen, how well written do you guys think Aaliyah was?
Oh, look, and this is no disrespect. I'm just talking about teenage love. Probably not that much. Probably not that, especially if you're writing 4 pages and you're just going off strict emotion. That pen is running. That whole 4 pages is likely a long run-on sentence. I don't think it's broken down into paragraphs.
Oh, that would drive me up a wall.
I keep thinking of every scenario possible with this. What if she wrote the letter? It got there on time.
You know what's
He
funny?
got the letter, and the nigga couldn't read.
I can see Jen looking at it going, where are the prepositional
Yes,
phrases?
y'all are joking.
Why didn't she break up the paragraphs? I read online all the time, and I will not finish things.
She will stop reading it and be like, I'm not reading this shit anymore.
Look, on Facebook, when I have something that I may get long-winded on, I try to break it in paragraphs. But I remember motherfuckers don't want to read. So I had to delete a lot of shit and try to condense it. And then I'm like, all right, but I can still make it at least 2 paragraphs. But then I'm thinking, if somebody's scrolling and they see more, it's like, nah, I don't need to know.
No, I was on LinkedIn a couple days ago, and I was laughing at this post, and I'm glad we're talking about this. Somebody said, in high school and in college, they tell you, write this many pages to explain this one concept, and they said the real world would say you have exactly 10 seconds to get to the point, or I'm walking out the door.
There we go. So what Aaliyah should have did is called and left a voicemail. Maybe that.
Honestly, I'd be more likely to listen to a voicemail.
Sending
I listen to a voicemail. I listen to a voicemail.
Okay, cool. She should have left a voicemail. Because Lional, I'm telling you.
I assume you know me and know that if you leave a voicemail, I might actually call you back.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But look,
Lionel, if you don't leave a voicemail, I'm not calling you back.
100% of the responses, and I know where the women are getting these responses from. They're getting it from, you ever seen the example of when a woman sends like a guy a text and it's like long and she's going over all her feelings and stuff, and the only thing that nigga texts back is, what you mean?
Okay. Or just,
you know what? It's another example of this. Alicia Keys did it. Like,
wait. Before we go there, here's some of the examples. Somebody said, he said, thanks. Somebody said, that's cool, shawty. Another one said, he said, damn, that's crazy. Another one was,
the you wild would have been me.
Yes.
You wild. You wild as hell.
Another one just said, bet. The other one said, all right. Wait, here's the one. What you mean?
Oh my God.
The other one, LOL. You wow.
Lord.
Look, man,
these are dudes responses like a motherfucker, I swear.
Because look, they know, because on my personal page, there was a lady. Let me get this real quick before we go into Alicia Keys, because I know you got a point, and I already think I know the one you're talking about. This lady said she actually wrote one of those letters to her ex, and he responded in one sentence. You sit there and type up, and I'm assuming this is a text, like just phone to phone, not even social media. You write up all this shit and you send it to him, and he's like, all right, now he know how it really feels. No questions. We there. That nigga probably responded was like, I feel you. I feel you though. That's what's up. And that's it.
A thumbs up emoji, just a
Yeah.
Now you can just react.
Yeah, or just red.
I can see that going south real fast.
don't. Oh my god! If
Yeah.
I send something meaningful, like it's not like if I send y'all something like, "Hey, yo, check this out," "Hey, yo, look at this," "Hey, yo, this and this and that," like quick little details I want you to get. That's what I expect, like a thumbs
Look,
up. Just hey, I got it. But
I
if I'm
seen
like sending you something meaningful and you send me a thumbs up, like I'm blocking you.
I I seen the reverse. I seen the reverse though. This guy randomly sent his wife something like that, right? Like, you know, just he said he was just thinking about it, he loved her, all this stuff, right? And she responded too long, didn't read, I love you though. So, it's like, you know what? What we got, I'm pretty sure you're joking and you fucking with me, and I love you too. So,
I couldn't
no,
do that to my wife because she'll be sending me long ass messages all day, and it's like, damn.
oh, me and Keisha just switched up the game. We just send voice messages. So, yeah, we're not typing on.
There was one the other day.
That makes it a lot easier.
The other day, Mel was cussing. She was mad at me about something, and then in the text message, she was like, it was so I forgot I had told her I was gonna do something and I didn't do it, and she was real pissed off about it. And then she was like, I like to drink milk, and you got the 2%, and then she was going on about all the other shit that I pissed off her about.
Okay.
You know what my stupid ass responded to? Bro, I ain't know about no 2% milk in my life.
What?
I skipped over all.
Oh my god.
The funniest long messages I've gotten are from my mom who forgot she was on talk to text. And you can tell in the middle of it switched and she hit send it. I'm just like, good job, mom.
No. Well, I was in a world of hurt when I got home. She was like, "Oh, so you didn't give a fuck about what I got to say." You
pretty much.
Oh, no, because you said I bought 2% milk, and I know I didn't buy no 2% milk because I only picked the thing I knew I was right about.
Look, go ahead with your Lear point. I got one about Maya, and I don't know if y'all remember this song. Probably don't remember the video, but what was your Lear point? I think I know which one you're talking about.
Alicia Keys.
My Alicia Keys point?
Yeah, Alicia Keys.
Before I get to that, you said Nana's music was wild. Too Close, the song Glitter starts off with, I wonder if she realizes I'm hard.
Wait a minute. Too Close is wild.
The wildest song.
Too Close.
You think I'm lying?
Yeah.
You looking at me like you surprised. Then he went on in the song to blame it on her.
Girl, you dancing real close.
You're making it for me. And then she came in. But you're dancing coming close.
Oh my god.
Who wrote that song?
Oh
no.
Like y'all out of pocket. Y'all out of pocket.
Teddy Riley wrote that song, and we need some answers, Teddy. What were you going through, sir? What were you going through? Teddy Riley really thought about him dancing in the club with a woman and going too far. So he wanted to make a song out of it.
So check me out. Alicia Keys, you don't know my name. Okay.
Oh my. Okay, I need to say something about that. I need to say something.
So
I knew where you were going.
Imagine being her coworker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dude, so I'm the one who cooking the shit that she ringing in, right?
Yeah.
She's like, this is my crush. He ordered the special, which is fish dressing yams, and catfish dressing yams and hot chocolate, right? And then
I was just okay.
It's a slow day, so she talking to me about it, and she's like, "Ooh, I want to get to know that man so bad." My response is gonna be, "This nigga ordered fish, yams, dressing,
and hot chocolate,
and hot chocolate."
You don't tear something up.
In the middle of the day. By the way,
right?
in the
middle
special
with a hot chocolate.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Why?
And nobody else around him eating the special. You eating the special.
And I always be smoking crazy because I think you're really sweet. You're gonna tear that man's
Right.
stomach the fuck up.
Right. Right. Why is it? See, you around here wasting these people milk and stuff, and you got me fucked up.
Right.
She gonna have me on the toilet.
Bro,
You
because
couldn't
I'm
write
like,
your
bro,
name on
first
my
of all,
receipt or something. Like, what are you doing?
I would, if I was the dude in that situation, I would have been harsh. Like, first of all, you bugging.
Right.
Bugging calling me, bro. Like, for real.
So look, that phone call, right? The dude that I was in the group with that started Gambit Family, Willie Spade, he did a skit on one of his mixtapes where he was on the other end of the phone. Willie Spade was way ahead of his time on the TikTok trends that's going on with that has happened. He did this like way back, probably like in whenever that song came out. And he was talking to Alicia Keys in that phone call, like a lot of us probably would have been. Like,
How the fuck did you get?
like,
Right.
Hey, I got a question, Jay. Here we go. I'm about to put you on the spot.
yeah.
You want the 4-page letter or the Alicia Keys call?
Look, man. The reason why it's hard for me to think about here is because back then I appreciate the letter writing of things. I appreciated it so much that certain girls that was in the school with me, they received letters from me, but they didn't know it because I was writing letters for the guys who wanted to send them letters. I was that guy. I wrote those letters that y'all fell in love with. That guy didn't say that shit. He told me to write that for you. I did that.
Okay. Okay.
There's
So
whole books dedicated to that scenario. That's hilarious.
Make the 4-page letter and the Alicia Keys call was in the same year. Let's say 2005.
so
Okay.
let's say, you know what? I think I would take the call. And the reason why I'm okay with the call is because, yes, you got my phone number. I don't know how you got that, but you ain't got my address to send me a letter.
Bingo.
So, that's
Bingo.
the difference.
It would have been neither for me because you're not gonna do that shit. Like,
If I had
If I had
to
to choose
choose,
one, give
I'd
me the
take the
voice.
phone.
Give me the call. Because
I'd take the
I'm
phone.
still adamant that I'm not reading all that.
That's it. That is it.
I'm not reading. Listen,
Hey, y'all got to stop. I'm doing something.
listen. I get 300 emails a day. How many of them I fully read? I'm not going to say just in case a coworker is actually watching this. But I hate when I'm reading something and you don't get to the point.
oh yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me.
I don't need you to explain to me how something works. I asked you
That
if
yeah,
you had this available for this day. It's a yes
that is me.
or no.
Oh, look, speaking on that, especially with work, I delivered to one of my favorite places today. So I get there, I give the guy my sheet of paper to confirm that the load is there, that everything is okay. The guy don't say anything. He barely looks at me. He get the paper, he sign it. He still don't say anything. Give me the paper back. I walk out. It is my favorite place to go.
Don't say shit to me, motherfucker. Just sign
We
this so we can go.
I have been delivering to this place for almost a year. Every once in a while, I go there, like every 2 months or so, I go there. So it's been consistent. We can recognize each other's faces. We don't say a word, and it is beautiful.
I like that.
It is beautiful.
That is fantastic.
I don't
Yes.
care. I don't care if he don't like me. I don't know. I'm not even insinuating that he don't. But we don't say a word.
You
We
might
know
be
what
his
we're
favorite
here
person.
for. That I'm probably.
Y'all do your job and you part ways and have a good day.
You don't even get a head
That's
nod
it.
or nothing.
That's it. Because the other two guys that run out of my area, one has since gotten fired, they tend to talk a lot. And I've been behind them sometimes when we go places. I'm like, yo, why are you talking to this dude this much, man?
Come on, get the
we're,
paper. Let's
we're,
go.
we're on the clock, baby. What
1
you doing?
o'clock. Exactly. 11 fucking hours.
Right.
Let's go.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, every time that he don't greet me with good morning, he don't ask me how my day was. He don't tell me that The first time I heard him say something, he was talking to somebody else. Perfect. Perfect.
All
And I'm
right.
going back there tomorrow.
I guess we can segue. We coming back to the bullshit, but let's get one of these reviews out the way.
Oh,
40-year-old virgin.
yeah, man.
And remember, guys, will I watch it again? And you give it an overall grade. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
My review is very short and very sweet. Okay.
Okay.
95. I will watch it again. Steve Carell.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That suffice. That is
That's
enough.
mine.
For me, I'm gonna grade it the same because I don't want to just go 100 like that. So I'm a grade it the same. I will absolutely watch again because I've watched so many times. The lady who plays Trish in the movie, that store is weird. The store that sells things on eBay, like, why do you have a storefront for that? I don't understand why she has a store like that. And he kind of pressed her on that too, which was cool. I think this was the first movie I seen Seth Rogen in, and I remember thinking at the time I would like to see more movies with this guy. I don't know who he is, but this is cool. Um, who else is in there? Paul Rudd, of course. Jane Lynch, hilarious. And this movie, yo, uh, I don't know whether to say it aged well or didn't or whatever, but and I think everybody's favorite scene is the wax scene.
My favorite scene is when the black guy and the Indian guy were in the store arguing about the commission.
Oh my goodness.
No, there's Jay. When Jay wife come in the store because she find his speed dating ticket, and Steve Carell's character have to take up for it. Like I thought that interaction was funny. But yeah, absolutely watch again, and I'm giving it a 9 to 5.
I'm not gonna grade it because I didn't finish it because I didn't like it.
Damn.
So I gave
I'll take that.
45 minutes. Like I gave it a solid shot. I tried. Not for me.
The first F.
What? Look,
Damn.
I say this.
You like From
I
Dusk
thought-
Till Dawn? And you didn't like 40-year-old virgin?
I caught the movie. I don't know if it matters for when it came out. I caught the movie in 2005. 2005 is the year I graduated high school. 2005 is the year that I was still very much not the person I am now. So even when I watch it from that lens.
So that's completely fair. Part of my issue is that the movie centers around the fact that to have a happy life and to be in love, you have to have sex, and I hate that.
You know what? I give you that. But for
Solid.
guys,
Solid point.
I'm willing to bet today there are adult men today who still believe so. And I watch it.
I know there are people that still believe that because I date
Alright,
as an
there we go.
asexual person. So
So
like,
there we go.
part of it is just the fact that my existence and that movie don't go together.
You
Now
know,
I get it.
I hate to put Jen on the spot. I actually tried to hook one of my friends, my hometown friends, up with Jen, and he just could not get over the fact that she didn't need his ass for nothing. And it legitimately fucked him up. And he's like calling me, he's like, bro, what you talking like? She don't like she got her own money, like she don't need me to take her out. She can pay for shit. Like, what am I there for?
That shit
I don't
blow
know,
niggas'
nigga. Do a
minds.
fucking puzzle with her. She likes puzzles. I don't know. What you want me to do?
Which was fantastic.
That shit explodes
Be
niggas' minds.
yourself.
It explodes niggas' minds.
And you know
It
what the crazy
does.
thing is? I told him, hey, yo, bro, that alpha macho man shit, yeah. Don't do that. It's not necessary. It ain't needed.
But you know what? Even outside of the women who don't need you for anything in terms of that way, in terms of the way men think traditionally, the trade-off that they have to give to women to continue this relationship for whatever it is. It goes that way on the other side when a woman is only interested in the man for sex. And I've seen men get in those situations and think, oh, fuck yeah, man, I got it made. And like 2 or 3 months later, it's like, man, I don't know why she just don't call. Like, I don't understand. It's like,
What
bro.
I think,
I just want a dick. I don't want anything else. I just want the dick and get the fuck out of my house.
I was gonna say, like, this is something everybody does.
Like, get out. Like, yeah, get out.
why do you keep coming in?
you
Come here.
you have to be confident
Come here.
in what it is that you're looking for to be out here dealing with other people on any spectrum.
Absolutely.
And
Keep coming in here.
I learned that when I was dating somebody who was really, really toxic. Yeah, it was so toxic that I hope she's better today for the mental state in which I met her in. Because it was it was so toxic that after that relationship, I got a tattoo of the number 1 on my forearm. So that anytime I need a reminder, I need to look down and say, hey, you, sir, are number 1 in this. Take care of you first. Then
That bad?
you could try to lift everybody else up.
Was the pussy that good? Damn.
You know what? And I've this is something that I'm not admitting to other people because Keisha know I've talked about this woman before. It was one of those relationships where the sex made it last longer than what it would have been. It made it last 6 months longer than what it would have been, and we were together for 6 months.
I'm gonna say this,
Yeah.
and we can move.
Wait, look, listen, wait.
One more. You got one more.
Because with her, it was terrible. And this is what I had to. It took me time to realize it was a terrible insecurity issue, right? And because of that, whenever she dealt with men, she thought that if I make them mad and they're about to leave, we can have sex. I can hold on to them for a little bit longer. And she wasn't wrong, actually. So one thing I learned though is as teenage boys in particular, because of course I can't speak for women, when boys are growing up and they first get into sex, they think, oh, I want to do this shit all the time, every single day. Hell yeah. Until it happens and you like, no, I just want to watch TV. It's a new episode of Mario. Like, can we wait a minute?
Like 20 minutes?
Like, not even 20 minutes. Can we do this shit tomorrow? Like
no, I want the dick right now. Drop your pants. I want it now.
Oh man, like ain't even no more Gatorade in here. Like, what are you?
Why are you so aggressive right now?
Let me, bro. Look,
like no.
I made up excuses to go to the store, and I stayed there a little bit longer, hoping that when I got home, she had already fell asleep. And it worked a couple times until she was like, oh, well, I'll just go to the store, which was like, no, just relax. You had a hard day. Let me go get this. I got this.
You go to Dollar General, get a fucking carton of Bright and Early, sit in the parking lot drinking and go get another.
Bro, one night, listen, because this was in Montgomery. One night, I went to Dollar General, and I felt like, all right, this trip isn't long enough. Then I went to Walmart. And I was like, wait, this trip might not be long enough either. Then I went to the gas station. I was like, let me go ahead and fill this car up. So, the whole time I'm filling the car, I was like, I'm gonna have to go back home eventually. And I remember thinking, I wanted this shit when I was younger. What is the problem? No. Be confident in what it is that you want when you are out here dealing with people.
Very true.
And a lot of that takes trial and error, whole lot of trial and error, but be confident.
I was gonna say, and it
Don't just
takes a
be out
lot
here
of
jumping.
you got to have a lot of confidence to also just be like, I can be alone if I gotta be.
Because I had to do it after that. I had to do it after that relationship.
When I tell y'all,
oh man,
Jen had this dude sprung, and all she did was hug him.
I believe
Like I witnessed a hug,
To be fair, that is a rare occurrence because I don't
That-
hug.
and it's like I'm talking
Oh
about.
wow, okay.
It's no, she doesn't. She doesn't hug.
Damn,
And
so
they
he got
told him
lucky.
It's
He got real lucky then.
Right.
bro. We was in Mobile that weekend. Sunday night, she hugged him. We went back to Marion. He went back to the military.
Oh
It's
wait,
like,
was he an MI?
no, he was he was in the army already.
Okay, I got you.
Like he went
and we
to,
stayed in touch for several months.
and it's like 3 a.m, and like your phone is ringing, and it's him. It's like, what? So don't nobody call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, hello,
Right.
yo, what's up? Yo, what's good? You all right? Yo, you talked to Jen today? Yeah. Did she mention me? Nigga, what?
Oh, bless his heart.
So now you fully awake. And you like,
Did she
I
mention-
know this nigga didn't just call me talking about some Jen.
You know what? You know what's crazy? Knowing him just as another guy, you know how long it took him to make that phone call? He probably wanted to call you at like around 10. But he was like, nah, I don't want to be tripping like that. Like, I don't want to think I'm messed up like that. That nigga probably watched some TV, some Adult Swim. He had a couple beers. He's like, man, I gotta call somebody.
The thing is, the way I
call
say it, it's like, bro, you calling me asking me about Jen. Why didn't you just call Jen?
Right.
And then he
Probably
goes,
had the phone on silent.
this was his response, and I hung up on him right after this. Okay, it's 2 a.m. I said, you wanted to talk to me about Jen, and one of Jen's thinking about you. Why didn't you shoot her a text or call her? His response was, it's 2 a.m. What do I look like?
Nigga, get off, but get off.
Get the fuck off my phone. Get the
off
fuck
my
on.
phone, bro.
Also, there
off
are
my
very
phone.
few people I will answer the phone for at 2 or 3
off.
a.m. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Look, y'all bring up an excellent point because I
No,
gotta
if
ask.
you're-
Because I gotta ask. This isn't even an age thing. Have you gotten to that point in your life yet where if somebody call you after 9:30, you look at the phone like, did this motherfucker just disrespect me?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point yet. No.
Oh,
I'm slowly but surely getting there. Slowly.
My cutoff is midnight.
what?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Midnight.
think about what I do for a living. It's midnight.
I mean, yeah, but don't you have a phone specifically for that?
Right.
I'm not carrying 2 phones. I'm not doing
You're
it.
gonna have to for that job, man.
No,
Come on now.
no, I don't. I don't carry 2 phones.
You're gonna have
One
to for
phone.
that. Because look, I'm telling you, if my phone rings after 9:30, it used to be 10:30. Now it's after 9:30. If it
Can't even get a
rings
top
after-
of the hour.
bro,
Not even 10.
I'm not
top of the hour.
because I'm trying to give you that 30 minutes as a grace period. If it rings after 9:30,
Come through boundaries.
yo, there it is. There it is.
Man, I don't know.
If it rings after 9:30, I'm looking at the phone like you must really don't like me. And it ain't, I don't have to be asleep. I don't have to be busy. Why are you
You just
calling
want
me
alone
this late?
time.
I just assume something's wrong. So if you call me that,
That's me.
We-
That's
You know
me.
what? That's a good point.
We all have people in our phones that they can't call you without you getting mad if it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's 2 o'clock. It's a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. You just sitting down on TikTok, on Facebook, just scrolling, and somebody call. What the fuck do you want?
But
No matter if it was 2
but see,
o'clock, 6
but
o'clock.
see, here's the thing.
Why are you calling?
Here's the thing. You can send me a text, right? And because what happens if you send me a text, then I could decide if whether I'm asleep or not. So you can send me a text, and depending on what you're saying in the text, I might just go ahead and call you if it's if you say, yeah, shoot, give me a call.
I don't
Look,
consider text past 10 o'clock of any importance. Like if it's late at night and you like
we're
something's
different
wrong,
on this. I like this. Hold on.
if it's like, let's say on an average night, like tonight, I'll probably hit the bed, I don't know, 11 o'clock, watch the news, check and see if I won the lottery, got rich on
Right.
y'all motherfuckers.
Grab a day.
So
Grab a day.
11:15, right? My
Mhm.
phone goes on do not disturb. The only thing that's coming through are phone calls.
Okay.
So if you text me, it ain't important.
You text me, it is important because then I'm gonna look at it and see what it is exactly to decide the level of importance that it needs at this present time.
For me, my phone stays on. My phone during the day it's on vibe, but at night it's on silent because nighttime. That's when I'm having my alone time. Don't call me.
Right,
Don't
right,
text
right,
me.
right.
And if you do call, if you really want to catch me, call me. That's the best way to catch me. Text. I'm getting better with text because at first I used to be like, hey, I don't care about text, but I'm getting better. But if you
Okay,
call me late at night, like Jen said, that's when I'm thinking, okay, something's wrong.
okay,
But other than that,
No.
don't call or text me at night.
okay.
So
Just
like
don't.
Gotcha.
I'm with Lionel in theory where texts aren't important, but you can text me later than you can call me because if you can text me, I can respond later.
Right.
Even you don't need
Yeah.
anything right now. You can text me whenever you want, and
If-
my phone is never off of vibrate. It's always on vibrate, and I will wake up if you call me while it's on vibrate because my phone is the only thing that wakes me up.
It really depends on whether I'm at home or on the road.
Okay.
Because
That's also
if like in Baltimore, I couldn't sleep with my phone on silent
Mm.
because Baltimore is dangerous as fuck. And I was always worried that my redneck ass drivers went out to a gas station and said some slick and got
decked.
and got
Police
ripped
don't be
up.
playing around in Baltimore like that, man.
I was saying, they ain't playing
I
that.
swear.
They ain't playing that.
Yo, the
Baltimore is
wire
not as
was
bad.
not just a show. That shit was true.
Baltimore is
Like,
really not that bad.
come on, man.
I was all over Baltimore.
I was going to
All
say
right.
Baltimore's not that bad, but I also saw a fist fight walking to the library once. So
All
like,
right, so there we
Oh
go.
damn!
I just kept walking. That's not my business.
Right?
If I'm on the road, like my phone is never on do not disturb because
Okay.
I'm hitting
Right,
the,
right.
I'm hitting the hay around my same time, 11 o'clock. But I'm up at 5 a.m.
Mm.
Well,
had this
actually, I should be
homie-
getting to where I'm going by 5 a.m.
I had this homie that I can't give a whole lot of details on. I just say this. He said, if you need me, call me twice. He said, let the phone ring all the way through. It's going to go to voicemail. Don't leave a voicemail. But if you need me, call me right back after that. Then I know, everything cool.
No.
I know some
I-
people set their do not disturb settings up for that too, where if you call twice
okay.
for the second time.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't know that. I've never done a do not
If I'm at
I've
home,
never done that, but like I know it's a
don't
thing.
take me. Like you would catch me
I like
like
that.
getting up in the middle of the night, like going to take a piss or getting some drink or turning on another show to watch to fall asleep to. I'll check my phone. But no. If you
Yo,
need me, call me.
speaking of middle of the night, this is through a week. Tuesday that we're recording this at least. Last night, why were there kids knocking on my door and running at like around 10 something?
Did we bring back Ding Dong Ditch?
You was up.
I mean, look, I don't want to ruin the fun because it's innocent fun, but sir, this is a Monday night. What are you doing? This is what you're doing. That's a Friday night thing. Or if it's
You
through
should
the
have
week,
waited
it's
at the
on the
door.
summer.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So no, what I did is by the time I got to the door, they were way down the street, but like the porch light was on. So I just stood out on the porch enough to where they can see me, just to say, hey, look, I ain't gonna chase you, but this ain't the door to do that a second time on.
You need to invest in a doorbell camera anyway.
I should.
and get
I
the
really
attachment so you
should.
can just put it on the actual door, so you don't have to like mount it or anything.
There's
Yeah.
a I still laugh at this. One of my favorite R&B singers, her name is Kay Michelle. She has on her ring light where this young lady,
Yes, I saw it.
it's like
I
a little girl,
remember
she's
that.
trying to
Get
sell
off my
something,
motherfucking porch.
and
I remember
she
that.
she looked into the ring. She said, "Get your ass off this motherfucking porch." That little girl ran.
I remember that. I remember
So,
that.
I guess we've
I
reached the
remember that.
conclusion to where some of us are more reliable than others at night. So
Pretty much.
if you
Uh,
find yourself into some trouble, probably best not call JEs.
Because the only way to get through me after that time, because this other person take it disrespectfully too. But when people trying to reach me and they know that it's a certain time, if they really, really need to, they'll call Keisha's phone.
Oh, ooh,
Because they know Keisha.
don't call Mel looking for me.
They know Keisha is nice enough
What
to at
the
least answer.
fuck do you want? Oh my god, it's funny. He's like, I ain't telling him to call you.
no,
Nah, see, we got the total opposite.
I had an incident a couple months ago where I, I'll tell this incident, but the whole situation is just yeah. Anyway, so I did my HR internship with this small company, and I completed a task. Now, both me and the CEO of the company, both of us were in a rush because she was trying to get somewhere, and then I was trying to get somewhere. So I completed the task, but life happens. It slipped my mind. I forgot to tell her. So it's a Friday night. I'm at the house. It is 9:45 p.m. Why is this woman texting me while I'm on the phone with my mom at 9:45 p.m.? Nope. Hey, so did you get this and this done? I looked at my phone and I told my mom, I said, I'm gonna leave her on red, and I'm not gonna respond till Monday. Because one, my weekend has just started. Two, it is way past work hours. Three, bitch, I've been clocked out for almost 5 hours. Why are you asking me about work? Why are you trying to talk to me this late about work stuff?
Cut it out.
And then that following Monday, just to show you how insecure and shallow people can really be, because I didn't answer that phone call, she threw me under the bus on a team call. And the entire team was looking at me like, what the fuck is going on with y'all? And I sat there, I kept my composure, but I said to myself, I'm about to chew this bitch clean the fuck out when she gets in her office.
Way too far.
You do not do that. So long story short, she didn't hire me, thank God. She didn't hire me, but now I have the experience. But that's another reason why I say, look, especially when it comes to work, if it's work related, ask me during work hours. And like I said, I take some, but not much responsibility by saying like, hey, I did this task, but we're all human. Sometimes things slip our mind, we get distracted with things. I get that. But when it comes to work, do not text me at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night asking me if the task is done, especially if it's on a weekend.
You would absolutely
don't do that. Don't do that.
My job. So I got one, and then we're gonna move on.
She chewed me out in front of the entire team, but
she had you fucked
I don't
up.
work her anymore. Go ahead.
She had you fucked up. So
yeah,
like I said, you would hate to have my phone when I'm on the road. Absolutely hate it.
Your phone goes off all the time when you were here.
All the time. So, and you think I want to carry two phones?
Sounds about right. I mean, the two phones thing is, when that phone rings, you know what it's about unequivocally.
Bro, you got bosses and stuff calling your personal. You have bosses and stuff call your personal phone. You got vendors. You got the railroad. And when they got your contact card, they're gonna call both phones. So it don't really matter. You might as well just carry one.
I'll give you that.
True. I got you.
We were working in Baltimore, and shit went. It was a smooth job. I mean, it was a smooth job. I would come in 2 weeks. We moved 2,500 tons. You can only move 100 tons at a time. So we come in 250, 2,500 tons. We leave, wait 2 weeks, come back. We were just moving and shit. Then, shit went south. We had to move pretty much I want to say downtown, but pretty close to downtown. And we were moving like
Okay.
12 loads a day. So like 200, like not even 200 tons. So we were moving like 1,800 tons in the amount of time it took us to move 2,500 tons. And it got frustrating, real frustrated. So, you got drivers getting paid by the hour. So you know how that went.
Yeah.
Full 14-hour clock every day.
Yep.
Even though I only work from 5 to 3. If I'm there first and leave last, how did you get 14 hours? And I'm going at 3 o'clock. So some things went south, and Baltimore to Philly is about a 2 hour ride up 95 by car. So I'd say 2.5. No, I'm gonna say 2 by truck because the speed limit is the fucking speed limit. I don't care what nobody say. So I had these guys, right? 2 drivers. We couldn't load it in Baltimore. They had to take it to the rail yard that we had north of Philly, like 30 miles north of Philly, right? So they loaded the loads. They loaded the loads Friday night. Okay, Saturday morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to take y'all to y'all trucks. Y'all go to Philly, drop those off, bring it empty back here. And Monday morning, we go back to what we do. Okay. Looking at the time, they had 14 hours or something like that, close to 14 hours left on their clock. Plenty of time to go 2 hours up, 2 hours back. Okay. Friday night, me and Jen had dinner and went to a movie, snuck candy in, like what we usually do, right? All the time. So we watch, we come home, I drop her off, we come back, it's like 10 o'clock. And this Friday night I was beat, right? Getting the phone calls from the driver. Hey, what's the plan for tomorrow? Happens all the time. I don't know. Meet me downstairs at 5 o'clock. I'll take you out to y'all trucks. Okay. Well, there's a weigh station at the Maryland-Delaware state line. Okay. This load is heavy. What are you talking about? You loaded it. Well, what are we going to do if we get a ticket? What do you do if you usually get a ticket? Well, we let Kent know. Okay. Well, let him know. But who's going to assume responsibility for the load? You loaded the load. Yeah, but I'm not going to be responsible if I get a ticket. You want me to assume responsibility for your load? Somebody has to take responsibility for it. Listen, I'm telling you, you need to have that load in Northampton, Pennsylvania by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The route you take is up to you. So you're telling me if I get a ticket, you going to take care of it? Who's going to take care of it?
No.
You signed as transporter 1. You assumed responsibility for that load. And we went back and forth. Okay. And it's 5 o'clock now. I was like, he's like, all right, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm downstairs, half asleep, waiting on these motherfuckers, right? They come downstairs like, hey, so check this out. We're not going to take these loads. I said, if y'all not going to take the loads, head west.
Okay.
What do you mean head west? If you're not going to do the job, get out of here. I have them send me 2 drivers who will do it. Okay, well, what would your boss think about this? You're going to call my boss at 5 in the morning on a Saturday to tell him the loads you loaded that you knew you were taking to Pennsylvania are too heavy. I welcome that phone call. That's why I don't answer my phone, and that's why I don't answer text at night, because
that wasn't a friendly. I'm pretty sure that was not a friendly.
No, because
call,
there's no way.
I'm pretty sure.
No way, because even my boss has guidelines. Don't call me on the weekends. If you want to call me on the weekend, it has to be past noon. That's protocol. If there's an emergency, that's different. But if it's just like some went south, and it's not like threatening the job, wait after 12 o'clock.
Understandable, yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. Y'all call him in at 5 o'clock if you want to. I'm not even calling him at 5 a.m. But
You're like, I value not pissing him off. Have it.
and Jen can personally attest. My drivers lived. They live to try and piss me off. I'm the boss though. So what do you? At the end of the day, you're gonna do what I say. You can be happy about it, or you can be pissed off about it. But so since we talked about Aaliyah today, I know I wrote this down. I don't know if y'all saw it out there, but let's talk about it. So apparently, this woman has come out and said she is the love child of Aaliyah and R. Kelly.
Let me get a bottle of wine. Let me get a bottle of wine. Hold up. Let me get the liquor. Where the liquor at?
Get your liquor, because I'm gonna say this, and y'all can. I'm gonna let y'all argue after this.
I ain't gonna argue. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that it's true or false. What I am saying is it's really not that far-fetched to me. Like, I'm just like, she's like, oh, well, I'm the love child of Aaliyah, and R. Kelly's like, shit, probably. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the reason why I it doesn't surprise me, just like you, is, and it's easy to make this argument, whether she's lying or not. It's easy to make the argument of course, they wanted to hide because of the age difference, and they didn't want to ruin his career, and they didn't want to ruin her career. So of course, I was passed around here and passed around there, and so on and so forth. It's just, look, if you're gonna come out with stuff like that, be prepared for the pushback, unless you got 100% proof on paperwork.
That is to back up. To back up Jay.
Only thing.
To back up Jay, and I'm pretty sure Jen can vouch for this. Be ready for the hell you're possibly going to catch legally, because Aaliyah's family could easily sue the living shit out of her for that. Would that be Jen? Would that be considered defamation of character?
Depends.
Okay.
Could be.
I was thinking slander.
Yeah, slander. Yeah, I was thinking slander. I was thinking defamation of character and slander.
You live in and what your laws say.
We're not gonna argue with the lawyer. She said maybe.
Well,
she got it. We're gonna let you make that, Jen. We're gonna let you make that.
You can sue over almost anything if you're dedicated enough, and those kind of estates are dedicated enough. Because until recently, the Arthur Conan Doyle for Sherlock Holmes was still suing the shit out of people.
Oh.
For Enola Holmes, when that came out, they sued the shit out of them. That was a major
reason.
Because it wasn't all in the public domain until recently. So those estates, they'll figure it out.
No, she got a point on that, because Lil Jon
she does have a point. She does.
Lil Jon is trying to sue the people who's over the Lovers and Friends tour, because look, even I ain't gonna lie, I give Lil Jon this. When I see the phrase Lovers and Friends, I immediately think of Lil Jon, Usher, and Ludacris. Immediately. So if Lil Jon isn't on the ticket, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But I guess the argument against Lil Jon is, hey, you didn't copyright the phrase Lovers and Friends.
True.
I can always pour this shit out of my ass and call it what I want. But Lil Jon could retort with, but you're using that off the strength of my hit song, in which one of these people is on this ticket. I was involved in some of that, and I'm not getting anything back from any of it. So that's why they said it isn't final that he's gonna sue. He's thinking about it.
I'm gonna tell you where she fucked up with the whole R. Kelly Aaliyah thing. She fucked up when she started singing.
You know what? I didn't get that far, and I'm thankful.
She fucked up when she started,
because I don't want to hear that.
You can be the offspring of two singers and not sing a lick.
Very true.
100%.
That's what, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was with her. I was like, you know what? I mean,
maybe.
Then when she started singing, I was like, oh no,
now
I started stuttering and shit.
Now this is a show. I didn't sign up. I didn't subscribe.
What was you trying to be a mix of Aaliyah and R. Kelly? Like, is that even possible?
No,
girl,
I don't want to see it.
Down.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
I ain't gonna waste my time.
Easily songs.
I think that now. I think that now to Aaliyah's first song that was written by that pervert, age ain't nothing but a number. And I'm like, I don't need any combination of those two ever again.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Like
I'm good
ever.
on that. I'm good. Not we. I'm not gonna put that on all of us. The industry let that shit slide and say, yeah, R. Kelly, you wrote a hit song. Good on you. And you got somebody to sing it. Who is she? She's how old?
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey, granted,
And
my wife is 14
y'all
years
work
older.
Together how?
So
don't worry about
Mm-hmm.
that. Just give me the song.
I was grown as hell when I met my wife.
I was gonna say that's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think me and Keisha are 3 years apart.
Oh.
Did you not hear me say me and my wife are 14 years apart?
Hey,
I
heard
did not hear that. No, I did
I heard him.
I heard you.
I did not hear that. Oh,
No, I was grown as hell though.
all right.
All right.
All right.
Bro, it's funny. I hope her mom or dad end up hearing this podcast because when I first got with Mel, her mom did not fucking like me. Not because I was black, but because I was young. So I was like, oh yeah, I can deal with that. Oh yeah.
I believe it. I believe it.
You get over that.
I believe it.
But
I
now,
believe it.
I'm not even son-in-law. I'm son.
Oh, you in there?
Go ask my son over there. Listen, I'm in there.
I ain't
never
give me a hug, baby. Give me a hug. What's this shaking hands stuff? Well, you better get in here.
When I'm out east, like I'm in Jersey a lot. So like I'll go, I'll run up to her mom's house and check up. They don't even ask how Mel's doing. It's like, damn.
I like that. I like that.
How's my niece? How's my daughter? Mel's doing fine. Oh, well, anyway, how are you? Whoa, y'all don't, bro, hold up.
Something that I ran into with in-laws, well, not in-laws because this is my first marriage, but when I was meeting the women I was dating, when I was meeting their parents in the South, look, man, I was born and raised in Alabama. I've traveled, of course, and I've hung out with a lot of people from around the country, a little bit from around the world. So my dialect isn't Alabama, basically.
I feel you.
And that's not on purpose. It's just what I picked up and was never able to wash off. Whenever I would meet these Southern women's parents, they always looked at me with a suspicious eye, like, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know about her dating no city boys like that. It was like,
I'm country than you.
It's like, yo, bro, listen, I'm from a town that has an event called a foot wash. I'm city where?
City where? And it's in the woods.
Bro, the high schools in my town are 2A. City where? Stop playing with me.
Please.
Stop.
What is a 2-lane road? What is that?
If you want to come to my town, and you can go in and out without knowing you was in somewhere with civilization. Is that you can ride through this motherfucker in a small amount of time with no turns. Like if the light don't catch you, you'll never stop.
The light.
That one light.
You'll never stop.
Hey, stop. Uniontown is a good place with some wholesome people. It stank a little bit, but it's
yeah. No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. How you gonna have a town this small, and on one side of the town you got a catfish plant, and on the other side of the town you got a cheese plant. And if you
that town do stink.
I guess if you're across the street from a cow pasture, I understand.
All right, so you in there, you get it. All right,
you be riding on the school. We used to go to
in the trust tree. We in here. So and you get deep in Uniontown. Then you find the what is it? The where they put all the trash and shit.
Oh, the dump.
Landfill.
Oh.
The landfill, yeah. So,
Listen,
but
you know when
look,
you hit Uniontown city limits, like
you know
you
it.
don't like as soon as you see the sign that says "Welcome to Uniontown," you go, God.
But you
damn."
know what? There's certain times of the day when you catch it. There's certain times of the day, and I hope now they've started to work out something. Like, hey, let's move the most at this time of the day, and y'all hold off. So, but it's and you know what sucks is if you've been here long enough, you don't smell it until you've been outside of here long enough. You come back like, oh,
Yeah.
there it
Nostrils
is.
be wide the fuck open,
There it is.
wide
Well,
open.
all right, let's go.
That sounds about right.
And you always
That
have a
sounds about
you never your nose is never stopped up the day you smell Uniontown. Like you always having a great sinus day. Like
You're
breathing
not
in
wrong.
through your nose like perfectly, and then you go to Uniontown and you smell shit.
Oh my goodness.
Because if your
But
nose stopped up, you may, you can slide with. I don't really smell it for real, but you never have a runny nose going through you. I've never had a runny nose going through you. That's fucked up. Oh, I'm sitting here thinking it's like in
That
Uniontown
tracks
tons
with
of
everything.
time.
That
Never been
tracks.
sick.
That is
I don't
about
really
right. Living
smell.
across the street, you're like, oh, I smell cow shit. Fuck.
right there. See, look, GNO. GNO. If you're living that
That's
close to something, oh yeah.
that's
Oh
how it
yeah.
was. I used to go to school. Okay, so I grew up in East Lansing. When we first moved to Michigan, we stayed in Okemos, which is right across from East Lansing, and that's where well, East Lansing is where Michigan State's campus is, but where my elementary school actually still there was at the time. It's right up the street from MSU's campus, and that's where they have the cow pastures where I think where like students would do I think it was biology students that were doing lab work or something, and you could smell the manure coming into Okemos.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember those days. I remember those days.
Yeah.
We lived close enough
Mhm.
that the cow ate the flag off our mailbox one day while we were trying to go to school. So
What the hell?
Hey, that flag should have been left out.
That is country, and I
my
love
road
it.
didn't have a name. We gave it the name of the road that like intersected with it.
Yeah.
That dirt road didn't have a name.
I love that. That is country.
I did
Hell
not
yeah.
love that, but I
Lord.
have lived in the middle of
Was
nowhere.
that in the was that in Nebraska? Was that in Nebraska?
That was in Nebraska.
Oh hell yeah. Only thing I think
Oh,
about is Nebraska is country.
all I think of is corn.
Listen,
Sorry.
I think of the
Because I
Tyler the
was
Creator
born
song.
in the
That's it.
one of the two big cities in Nebraska. So.
Okay. Word. I can say that the first time I drove through Nebraska is when I was doing my training. And it was there's a few states like that actually. Oregon, Nebraska, Wyoming, those states when I first drive into them in some parts of Utah, it's like, yo, this shit is beautiful. This shit is picturesque.
Oh yeah, the scenery is beautiful. Yeah.
It's beautiful and
This
there's
is
nothing else there.
amazing. I'll tell you another one. Iowa and
Oh yeah,
I
Iowa's
drove
beautiful.
into
I drove through Iowa. It's real beautiful.
Don't
I
say
drove into
Indiana on
Porter
that.
Lane, Idaho. And this was before I knew Porter Lane, Idaho was a white utopia, basically.
Oh, white.
Yeah. There are a few of those places where there are a bunch of white people who are like, this is the place where mostly white people are, and we're gonna move here.
White flight. White flight.
And
White.
yeah. And there was a TED talk about this, where this black guy spent about 5 years studying these things. And he went to 3 locations where he found that's what they are. And he has science behind why they are white utopians. With the people who've moved in like a 10-year period, there are some other measures. There's some other things as well. Like if I can find it again, I'll share it with y'all. But he was like, for me to move in these areas, I would have to call ahead and try to rent these places, and if they hear me over the phone, they can't tell that I'm black. So,
Oh my
so when I
goodness.
arrive, and so when I arrive, it's like, okay, your house is right over here. So, but he was like in Idaho, he went to a white nationalist thing or whatever, like a rally. And he was like, yo, they were inviting. They welcomed me in and talked to me and everything. But he said this one guy came over and slapped me on the knee, all jovial and stuff. He was like, hey, I enjoy having your company. I just don't want you to move next to me. And he was like, damn. It was like the honesty got me. It was like I didn't know what to say, but the honesty got me. It was like there was a saying that a, a few black people are kind or welcoming guests. He said, but um, black neighbors are a ghetto or something like that. It was like shit. He was like, I had to ingratiate myself with these areas. So I would do things like I would go to their gun ranges. He was like, I learned how to play a lot of golf. I would go to their churches. And he was like, here's the thing that I want people to understand. Not all of the people in these white utopias, not all of the white people here are racist. He was like, now, by definition, overarching umbrella, yes, but they're moving to these areas with the ideal of these are nice areas, these are clean areas, these are areas with good schools. And he was like, they're not wrong because those things are right. So they're technically moving their families to better places, but they're intentionally moving their families away from minorities. He said there are some who are there who don't believe, don't subscribe to anything racist. But that doesn't mean that that's all of them, of course. But
You ever
it's a
want to catch a
really,
fade
really
with the
interesting
whole
tale.
town?
Huh?
That's how you made me feel. I want a one with the whole town.
One of them is really
Kids and
close
all.
to um really close to me and Melody being here in the state that we're in because it's in Georgia.
Hmm.
It is in an area called Forsyth County.
I've heard of that county before. Sounds vaguely familiar.
You
Yeah.
know what? I think Forsyth County, there's two things people will remember about. One of them is kind of old. Oprah went there in the 80s, late 80s. She had a
I
show
remember you
there.
talking about this. I remember you talking about this. I remember.
And there was a town hall meeting, and there were white people literally in the crowd saying, I don't understand why black people got to move here. Why do they have to move here? We don't want them here. And he was trying to argue on the fact that he's not racist. He just don't know why they want to move here. And the other story that people may remember is the one with that haunting last photo of the black mom sitting on the couch with all the other white moms. And the next
Mm-hmm.
morning, she just
Mm-hmm.
happened to end up dead. So that's what people know Forsyth County from. What I know Forsyth County from because of those two things is when I was out there driving regionally, I made sure to tell my driving managers, sir, you are not from this area. I understand that. I sympathize with that. I will not be going through this area at certain times of the day. And I hope you understand it. If you need to, I don't know, if there's some type of write ups or anything from insubordination or whatever, I will gladly take that. I would take that over the chance of my life. So take that with
Into
what you
consideration,
want.
sir.
I I told him I won't be going to certain places in Arkansas at certain times of the
Oh
day,
yeah.
and certain places
Mm-mm.
in Mississippi at certain times of the day, and also
Mm-mm.
the one place in my state that I won't be going certain times of the day, Coleman.
Coleman.
I will not be doing.
Oh no. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
Listen,
Nope.
on
Nope.
I told him
65, you don't driving on 65 south. When you see entering Coleman County, you don't have to pee no more. We don't have to get
Mm-mm.
dirty.
Sure don't.
You ain't
Sure don't.
hungry. You ain't thirsty. You just want to shut the fuck up until we get to St. Clair
Look,
County.
look, look, look,
look,
look, wait, look till I usually when I go to Tuscaloosa, I got to go down there this weekend because I got an event I have to attend. Look, whenever I'm on 65, like you said, I ain't got to look. I'm not thirsty. I got to get gas. I ain't got to pee. But as soon as I get to Morgan County, then I can do that. But Coleman, nope.
My
nope.
driving manager at the time was a young white guy in Des Moines, Iowa. He knew nothing about the South.
No, he wouldn't.
He would.
And when I told him in the kindest of terms, and I tried to explain to him without getting too explicit about it. I talked to him a week later, and he was like, "Hey, look, man, I just want to tell you, I'm really sorry about sending you in those areas. I didn't know. I'm gonna let all the other driving managers know if they didn't already know, and that if you guys tell us you don't feel safe in that area, we're gonna make sure if you have to be in that area, it is early in the morning, and you're right back out of it." I was like, "Hey, look, man, that's all I can ask, buddy."
Look, Jay, I got my homegirl. She stays in Pell City, and usually whenever I'm driving from Huntsville, I take 431, the Parkway near Huntsville, and usually when I go the back way, it has me go through. I heard folks say the city differently. I heard some say Arab. I heard some people say Arab.
How did I know
I
what you was
hate
about
driving
to say?
through there.
God,
I hate driving through there. Even during the day, I hate driving through there. I fucking hate driving through there.
I knew what you were about to say, and I was like, that is another place that even in that big ass vehicle, I do not want to be in.
Nope.
No.
You know, there's a town north of Indianapolis called Whitestown.
Boy,
shit. Nope. Nope.
You know what? You know what? To switch gears just a little bit, just on funny names of towns. There's a town in Missouri called Humansville.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard of that.
I like to imagine that the earliest people in Humansville were actually aliens, right?
Oh
and
my
they got
God.
there and they had to decide what they was going to name the town. And somebody said, Humansville. They'll never catch that. And they had to report back to their boss. He was like, they named it what? So get everybody out of there. They're going to blow the whole mission. I like to imagine that Humansville is full of aliens.
No, awesome. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Just humans, humaning.
Just normal humans.
Just humans. I mean, it's in the name. Humansville.
So there's a Mexico in Indiana. Just off 31, right?
There's a Paris in Texas.
There's a
there's
a Paris in Tennessee too.
There's a couple of
You meet a redneck from Mexico, Indiana. I'm from Mexico. No, you nigga, stop playing with me. Mexico's right up 31. Oh, you from Mexico, Indiana?
There's a Manhattan, Kansas. That when Kansas State is there, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Kansas has the town that calls themselves the center of the country, and by longitude and latitude, apparently they are accurate. And they play up on that. Like their whole town is filled with signs and stuff about being the center of the country. I really want to visit it just to see what it's like, just to be there.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that town. Yeah, they're literally smack dab in the center of the country. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wanna check that out. I didn't get a chance to go through Kansas all that much, unfortunately, when I was doing over the road, because this is something that Keisha don't like about me. I like to see the worst storms up close, and I felt like if I can.
Don't give that woman a heart attack.
I felt like if I could go through Kansas, I might see a tornado. Like I wanted to see.
You might get a hell of a snowstorm too.
Don't give that woman a heart attack.
Just as like a heads up of what the two things you can expect there are tornadoes and snow.
How the fuck you get that combination? How do you get that combination? I know. No. I get it, but if you're known to expect that at certain times of the year, no matter what, without fail, that is a weird combination to prepare for.
Nebraska
Like,
was
I
the
need to
same
make.
way.
Oh,
Nebraska's
really?
the same.
Alabama, we get a little bit of everything
Oh yeah.
at this point, and I'm tired of it. Really, give me
Lebanon,
something
Kansas.
to just hold on to.
Lebanon, Kansas.
That's it, Lebanon, Kansas.
What the
That is
Also,
it.
I just want to
That
point
is
out
it. I don't know
thunderstorms
about that
in
name.
Indiana. I'm gonna say in the Midwest do not hit like the thunderstorms in the
What?
South. They don't. I have
Oh no, they
yet
don't. They
to
don't.
The
hear.
ones in Maryland don't either.
I've
They
yet to
don't.
hear thunder in
Oh,
Indiana that make me want to turn the
really?
TV off and sit in silence.
It was like that. It was like that when I lived in Michigan. I mean, yeah, I mean it's thunder, but it was just like, okay, look, I can take a shower, cut on the TV. But down here, it's like, okay, let me
It
clear
ain't.
everything
It
off real
ain't. Let
quick.
me chill the fuck out because
I I've
obviously
seen
I'm doing something
over
wrong.
here that would compare to the South.
No, hold on, y'all. Somebody on Facebook had me crying real tears from cracking up so hard. They said one day it was thundering and it was really windy outside, and the wind, knocked the door wide open, and they said my grandmama said, "Come on in, Lord," and he said, "And
Oh,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
dude.
I was crying.
No, Lord, stay where you are. What do you mean? Come on in, Grandma. Get it out. Just
Get
because
somebody
you
else.
read it don't
Get,
mean I ain't. Stop.
I was
Stop.
in
Get out of
tears,
here.
like tears coming down my eyes.
Get out of here. I still got stuff to do. What do you mean? Come on in, Lord.
and go the fuck where? And do the
Wait. Ain't nobody called you over here. You ain't on the main line right now. We ain't called.
What is you doing?
What are you doing,
Y'all
Grandma?
All right,
crying.
let's talk
Like,
about.
I get it. You ready? Yes, I'm not ready. Come on, man.
Hey,
Come on in,
Melody,
Lord.
you wanna see something before we get to the album?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna screen share. I showed Jay already. I'm gonna show you.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Share screen. Here we go. Did you know Jen did a? Oh shit.
Good job.
Okay. This is Jennifer making her movie debut.
Okay.
Almost a decade ago. I make a great, terrifying little girl.
You actually do. Sorry.
It was perfect. It was
We
David
played on
perfect.
this shit for
Like
months.
the way it was shot was perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna say I love how it's shot.
My hair was right about here at that time, and I was just walking around with it all in my face. Like,
That
Okay,
was good. That's really good.
we had people legitimately like complain that Jennifer was too scary, and
I almost got hit in the face that night.
we played to the anxiety of certain students, and that wasn't fair. And you know what our response was? Shut the fuck up! Don't
It's a
come.
haunted house.
Right. It's a haunted house.
Don't come then.
It's a haunted house.
Yeah, no,
What
I
did you
scared a drunk
expect?
frat guy, and I almost got hit in the face.
Oh
He
shit.
was a pussy.
But Slender Man threw the ball that I had back to me, so that was nice.
I almost,
Oh,
I almost
I would.
physically threw one of our friends at the time out of the haunted house because he kept pissing me off.
No, if I see Slenderman, my black ass is out the fucking door.
All scary movies
I'm not
starring all
playing.
the black cast, they're over in 5
Yo, Slender
Yeah.
Man. I found out about Slender Man because of that tragedy that we all relate Slender Man to. But when I found out about the character and I started digging, it was like, wait, so this is a character somebody had the core ideal for, but the rest of the stories is by a community of people,
Yes.
like on a
Now
website.
this is from what I heard. I heard me and some friends, we had this discussion about almost 10 years ago. But from what I've heard is somebody said, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, a colleague of mine at the time said the way Slenderman came to play was there was a student that attended University of Alabama, and he came up with the idea and the story, and
Oh,
he
I didn't
got
know
big
that.
on YouTube. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true,
Huh.
but
It
that's
was
what
a
I've
creepy
heard.
internet story for a while. Like that
Right.
was
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say it was an internet story for it was an internet story for quite a while.
It was something called there's a website called Creepy Pasta, if I'm
Yep.
not
Oh, yeah,
mistaken.
creepypasta. Yep.
Creepy
Yeah,
pasta.
and people just keep adding to the lore, and that part to me is like the really interesting part, that the story of this character is by the people essentially. But looking at the images that they were photoshopping, so I was like, yo, this shit is good work,
Oh,
good
Oh
enough
yeah.
work to where it's creepy.
and like there's whole
Yeah.
video games dedicated to it now that'll scare the shit out of you.
Oh,
Yo, okay,
it scared the shit
so
out of me.
I played one on a phone actually, and the Slender Man, he don't say anything, he don't do
Oh, yeah,
anything,
he don't.
but while you're moving in the game, no matter when you look around, and the shit is just in the back moving, I was like, look, man, I'm not that easily moved.
My anxiety's
But
too high to be
that
dealing with
shit,
that. My anxiety's too high. I can't.
that's that's something about Slender Man, and I'm pretty sure it's the way the character was created and how the lore was added to it, that I feel like I can't pinpoint on something like a weakness or something, that I was like, nah, just give me some time. Keep it away from me.
So Jay, what what do you play? Xbox?
PlayStation.
Okay, never mind. You realize I thought you had an Xbox. I was gonna say you realize that Xbox just remastered GoldenEye and released it today or last
Man,
week.
look, okay, look. I'm thinking about, hold up. So I'm thinking about taking the kids back to that gaming house that I took them to last year. And I had more fun than they did at one part, because there's a whole ass Nintendo 64 there, and like the old Xbox and all of that. The whole old ass Golden Eye game was there. Who was up hours into the night playing that motherfucker?
Listen, check me out. I have not been able to get past the second level. Like the first level, you gotta,
What?
bro. I ain't played it in so long, bro. I was just walking around in fucking circles. Like, what the fuck am I doing? So
No,
I gotta enlist Hillary's help on that.
got to, got to. Me and Keisha got
Anything for
caught
the
up
kids.
in me and Keisha got caught up in playing Mario Karts. Kids got mad because we wouldn't let them win, and so that shit was funny. But I'm not about to let you beat me on Mario
No, man.
Karts. Are you?
Listen,
Are you?
Yeah,
in life,
Are you out of your mind?
you
Yeah.
have to learn how to take a loss.
Is you gonna have to?
You're gonna have to learn how to lose.
I
You're
ain't
not
laying
beating me in
down.
Mario Kart.
You know.
You're
'Cause
not.
you
No, let me
beat
tell you
me.
something. You're not beating me in Mario Kart or Super Smash Bros. You're not.
Nope.
You're not.
Listen,
Nope.
You're not.
Jay, let me ask
You're
you a
not.
question.
If
Do
you
you
win,
let
I
your wife
didn't let.
win? Do you let your wife win at games?
I don't. And she's tried to play 2K before, and the end of the score is like something like 120 to like 50 or something. So
See,
nope,
I played
not doing it.
WWE with Mel, and it's like I'm gonna teach you the controls.
Right. I do
And
that.
she's like, I was like, do you got the control? Now we have Roy McIlroy's PGA Tour, and she hell in that game. That's why we never play it.
That's a good.
I'm not gonna play a game that you gonna beat me in. What kind of shit is that?
So,
I let her create a character. She fixed the hair, makeup, clothes, did the moves, everything.
I had to teach Malcolm a lesson in gaming. So, and this is what I like about the millennial parents is when our kids are gaming, we are still gaming too. So, so, which means we already have a past filled with gaming. So it was this game at the gaming house that they were playing. Um, it was a Dragon Ball Z game. Never played it before. But after him beating his sister for so long, I said, man, let me see this. Let me see what you got going on here. Never played this game ever. But you know what I have played a lot of? Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
The controls can't be that much different. And they were.
Uh-oh.
And it was bad. I don't even know who I was. I don't even know who I was playing with. I was
Ah,
like, yo, you can pick them for me. Watch this.
Mel's cousin has kids, and one of his kids, he's just like this. He's just gamer type dude, and he came over, to the house one day, and was like, "Put in whatever you want to put in. I'm gonna humble you." All right, I tell you what. He's like, you can bring out the old game because I have the Xbox, or put on that PlayStation 3. I'll beat you in that ancient shit, bro. Stop playing with me. So, of course, he put in WWE. I just said that's
okay.
Not,
All right.
not. I watch too much
okay.
fucking wrestling.
Okay.
I know every player, every move on that game, and I'm heavy on the right button. The reverse game is strong. Bro did not get a lick off
because it's not gonna happen.
In certain WWEs, if you get 3 strong moves off in a row, you get your finish. So it's like a squash match. And it's like, bro, he just standing there. It's like, come on, come at me. I'm finna hit you with a clothesline. Get up. Clothesline. Get up. F5.
Every time.
And then I'm gonna go get a chair and I'm gonna fuck you up with the chair too.
Lord.
To move on to the album, I hate to admit this, the Grammys caught me up. And the Grammys caught me up because, of course, I listened to Samara Joy's Linger a Little Long, but I've been listening to that album a lot since it came out. I didn't have to listen to Renaissance, even though it's still in. I don't understand this like
Harry Scott.
Yo, so Renaissance, we've all seen the meme now of Baby Boy when Vin Raines is choking the hell out of Tyrese with the armor, right? That's what Renaissance got me in.
Mama.
Yo, Renaissance still
That's
got
right.
me. I can't.
Jen, go watch Baby Boy. It's one of the blackest movies I want to ever recommend.
No.
Jen,
no.
It's one up, not B, one up.
It's one of the blackest movies I'm going to ever recommend, but you push through that shit, okay?
Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that.
You push through that shit.
That is nobody. That is such a painful watch. But I listened.
Not as painful as loving basketball, but go ahead.
It is not. That is an excellent point.
Not as painful as loving basketball, but go ahead.
That is an excellent point. I listened to Harry Styles' album because I wanted to see if even objectively it could compete with Renaissance. Look, as it was, it's an amazing song. It's a really, really good song. Every time I hear the song, I think about just like a indie film or something. I feel like it'll be the main song of a soundtrack for it. The album doesn't hold the single up enough. It's not a bad album, but you're going to give it to, that's another subject. Of course, I went back and listened to Lizzo's album. I listened to.
Oh, love her album. Love it.
It's an amazing album. It really is. I listened to Bad Bunny's album, even though I don't know what he's saying in it.
You like Booker T?
I get the vibes, and I went back and listened to Kendrick's album. I also put myself through the pain of listening to Jack Harlow's album. I take that back. It's not as bad as what I thought it would be.
No, it's an L. It's
you know what? It's like when you're thirsty and you open this soda and it's amazing and you take a couple sips out of it. It's cold, it's great, but then you put it down and you forget about it for a while, and now when you sip it, it's still cold, but it's flat as hell. That is Jack Harlow's.
I equate it to this. You ever been ashy and not put any lotion on?
Oh shit!
Right, and then you get dressed to go out in the cold.
Oh,
and the thread from your undershirt is pulling against your ashy ass skin. You ever not clip your toenails and get in the bed and your toenails get caught in the sheets all the time?
You know what? I ain't gonna even lie.
No,
That has happened. I'll be on.
mine
Look,
is
that's probably a God thing because Lionel said it with so much conviction that I can't help but
Oh,
agree because it's
listen,
happened to me before. So,
Mel, when me and Mel were first dating, I ripped up 2 of her good sheet sets.
I don't
Melody,
think Melody knows you're on mute.
and for the past 6 years after that happened, Melanie has been cutting my toenails for me because she refuses to let me ruin
No,
the sheets.
nigga, why are you doing?
Hey, listen, I've grown accustomed to it now. I was like, fuck it, hey babe, you want to clip my toenails for me? Because either that or these bitches gonna rip the sheets. And we got Colombian on the bed, and theirs expensive.
Yes, they are. God damn, they are. But no, but no.
I was a ballerina. I don't do long toenails.
yeah, me either.
Fuck me up.
So no. Unfortunately, I did get around to the album because the other album I listened to, of course, was Robert Glasper. So I didn't get around to the album for this week because I was caught up in Grammys, just trying to really get a feel of it. I tried to listen to Chris Brown album, but that shit is disrespectful because why are you putting that many songs on your album, sir? It is. We are
I'm gonna
too
save you some
deep.
trouble, Jay. I got 4 songs in and I turned the shit off.
Yo, I don't know what happened. And I'm not a fan of Chris Brown like that.
Me
Anyway,
either.
it's been a long time since I've really enjoyed his songs. I could think back now, outside of the songs when he first came out, I like Fine China and Beautiful People.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Okay, you know what? I feel a stronger subject coming on, so let's get through Brent Fires real quick. As I said 2 seconds ago with Brent Fires, I got 3 songs in, I turned the shit off. F. Boring, lame, tomato, tomato, tomato.
So wait, what is it? What is it? Is it the production?
It's the
vibe?
it's the beat, and then it's like all of the bass coming in, and he really just whining the whole fucking time to me. And I was just like, turn, you know the meme where the dude's pulling the headphones off? That's
yeah.
This shit. F.
Yeah. Yo, Melody, knowing
Yes.
your music, knowing your musical background, if you haven't gotten into Samara Joy yet, do yourself the favor. You deserve it.
You deserve
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me on this. I don't understand how this woman is 23 years old and sounds like she's straight out the Harlem Renaissance. But
Oh wow.
not just her voice, the production around her is expert. It is of the highest level of musicians playing on songs today. It
Oh
is
wow.
really.
I'll check her out.
So,
Please check out Samara.
Jen, you didn't listen to the album, I'm going to assume.
I started it and then today went to shit and I was not paying attention.
You know what? See, I'm glad
So,
Sean is
y'all,
not
come
on because Sean, I gave it a shot. It ain't good.
I don't have an opinion on the album because I was working and then today went to shit.
We'll
Oh.
we'll run that album back in like 6 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, I because I'm willing to check it out. I'm
Run that
very
album
willing to
back
check
in
it
6
out.
weeks. I'll try to listen to the whole thing, but it's like
More than one.
we went from Little Brother to Coast Contra to Brent Fires. That was supposed to be banger, 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 and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
To me, I got to the one song with Tyler the Creator, and I was like, okay. And then after that, I was like, turn this shit off. I'm finna listen to fucking this nigga who sampled Train. Bro, I was on the fucking floor.
That was that lawsuit is gonna be glorious.
Bro, I was listening to it on Spotify and the song just stopped. And it went to the next song. And I was like, go back. It's like, nah, we took this shit down. They took it off.
That song is gonna be glorious.
Dude said my girl head being a toilet bowl because all she see is shit.
What the fuck?
And I was like, is that a bar?
Not, sir. I don't. That is a good question because
is that a bar?
What were you thinking? What was on your mind?
Too much, clearly.
Hang on, I gotta find it. I gotta find it now.
Who, when you were in the studio and you said that, who was behind you and say, yeah, man, that's the one right there? Who was that person?
How many people
Because,
did this have to go through before like it hit us? So like I'm
because you're right, Jen. I'm telling you, somebody was around who said, yeah, man, that's all right there. Do that one. I want to know who that person.
Right.
and then people
I
kept saying
appreciate that person because it was definitely a great laugh.
Exactly. That's somebody who don't care about you.
You need to get that up. You got to get that square up out your circle, my guy. Whoever that was.
you might need to go through the whole circle, honestly, and figure
yo, another person who I'm not a fan of anymore. I was a fan when he first came out. 50 Cent. He was talking about something that his DJ is a well-known DJ. I forget his name. Or producer, one of those. Before 50 got signed, he recorded a bunch of music in his studios, right? So when 50 got signed, his homie sent the label, um, sent him a notice basically saying, hey, I need to get paid for everything that he did in my studio. And he went to his homie like, yo, my man, I just got signed over here. What are you talking about? I think it was like 14,000 or something like that. And it was like, look, I tell you what, we will give you some money. It won't be 14,000, but you can get points on the album. Get Rich or Die Trying. He was like, nah, I don't want that. Just give me my money. Give me my check straight up. Got his check straight up. If you don't know anything about Get Rich or Die Trying,
So a lot of records.
Oh yeah.
Sold a lot of records.
and I was
1% of that would have been a couple million.
I like that. I like what you're saying because that's what he could have made. 1 point something million. That's what he could have had. Instead, he wanted his check for the little recordings that was done in the studio.
Gotta love it. So we're gonna run Brent Fires back next week. Right now, we don't like that. Okay. Here we go. I said it in the group chat earlier, but now I'm gonna say it in front of the world. Keith Sweat can't sing. He can beg. He can beg, but I tell you what. Somebody give me one Keith Sweat song where it's like, damn, this nigga is singing. The vocals is on point. One. Just one. And I will stand corrected. Just one. One. A verse.
See, here's the thing about that. I fuss with Keith Sweat, but you ain't lying. So, and I think, and here's
He
the
good
thing.
looking. I ain't gonna lie. He good looking. He good
Hey,
looking.
you know what? I'm comfortable enough for me to say this. I seen Keith Sweat recently, all black, like with this black like throne thing. I was like, yo, that's a good looking brother right there. Like it's and Keith Sweat old as hell now too. It's like that's a good looking brother.
He's
It's like, all right, Q.
50s. Is he in his 50s right
He gotta be at least.
now? Yes, he's got to be in his 50s now.
At least. So, and I'm talking probably like late 50s.
Yeah, I was gonna say like probably late 50s.
And another thing I learned about Keith Sweat, he wrote for a bunch of people. He wrote a bunch of people's hits.
Keith Sweat is 61.
Oh wow,
God,
that's good.
darn you. Brother look
That's
good.
good.
Brother look good for 61, man. I also found out Keith Sweat ain't somebody you want to be fucking with either.
Jacquees.
See,
Man, sit your ass the fuck on down somewhere.
there have been rappers and singers over the years who said Keith Sweat is the one R&B singer that is really probably more hood than most of these rap niggas. It was like, don't be fucking around with Keith Sweat
I
like
believe
that.
it.
I was like,
I can believe it.
there are multiple rappers who said, man, no, I don't fuck with Keith like that, man. It's like, I ain't playing around with Keith Sweat like that.
No, Jen's got her cat. She's holding the cat.
Oh,
hey.
She was like,
she was trying to get into my dresser. So she got
the fuck down now. What is your problem? Why are you doing
Hey,
it
look,
like
man.
that?
I was just going to say, don't be here hating on cats, man. The one we just adopted, it made me feel a little sad for him because when we first got him here, he showed an abundance of love. and wouldn't let us leave a room without him. It was like,
Oh.
I was like, are you naturally just needy, or is this a thank you for getting me out of the adoption place thing? And it was like, I hope it's the first one because the second one is really sad, man. Don't be slow down. Don't be doing all of that, man. I appreciate the love, but you're showing me love on a level that I don't need right now, man. I'm not trying to get emotional with you right
Man,
now.
get up out. I'm out
No,
here.
Spoken like a dad.
somewhere, man.
Spoken like.
Like, come
They
on,
say,
man.
you know, they say dads at first don't like the animals, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just get attacked.
Hey, man, you trying to make a real nigga cry, man. Cut it out. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, chill out.
Chill out, bro. Go down there and hit something, man. Stop playing.
You ought to listen to Tony Baker talk about why he likes cats better than dogs.
Yeah. So look, I realized that today when I was watching Tony Baker's one of his videos about spiders. And I was like, yo, this nigga is really, really funny.
He is
like
hilarious.
Like like easily funny. Like he ain't even really trying that hard. And he was like, yo, he was like, spiders are mad disrespectful, bro. He was like, think about it. He was like,
listen,
it was like they just leave messes and shit everywhere. It's like spider eating shit, and he's just, well, I'm gonna move to the next corner. And his homie be like, oh, you gonna clean? It's like, nah, man, they got a dustpan. That clean that up.
My favorite clip of Tony Baker, I shared it to my Facebook. I'm gonna share it again. Is when he said, if I'm on a flight and I bought a window seat, I don't want you looking out this window. Those clouds going on my Instagram. You take a picture of the aisle. We know you're traveling. Wheels up. Every time Tony Baker come to Indianapolis, I get tickets to go see.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. That brother.
And I always end up having a fucking travel the day of.
That brother, wow.
Oh.
Hey, have any of y'all been on a cruise?
Yes. Nope. Yes.
Jen,
my wife is scared of bacteria, so we haven't been on a cruise because she said they're bacteria.
Yes.
My cruise experience, I'm only asking because it was I was reminded of it today. But it was a while ago. It was like 2008, and we went to one of the cruises that a lot of people go to. Is the one that go down to Cozumel, Mexico.
Carnival.
Yeah,
that's one I took. Yeah, we went. We went to Carnival.
I remember something me and my brother found out quick, and it was a lesson in male pride and how it can set you in the wrong direction. We having the time of our life while we haven't moved yet, right? Everybody get on the ship, everybody waiting to get out of there, start selling all of that. We went back to our rooms. We had so much of a time of our life that we both fell asleep out of nowhere. We woke up just in time for dinner. Everything, your ticket, everything paid in ticket. So that was great. We woke up, both of us fell out of the bed. And we fell out of the bed because we both had motion sickness.
Oh, yeah.
And we found out because we were told before we get on the ship, we were told a week earlier, hey, take some of these Dramamine things, like just one a day.
Dramamine,
just to get you stable, so that by the time you hit it, you already there. It's like, man, I don't need that, man.
Get out of here. I'm a real nigga. I don't need no motion sickness pills.
Let me tell you something.
I remember saying specifically, I don't need that shit, man. I'm a country nigga.
Let me tell you something. When I went on my cruise last year, I was so scared. This is my first one. I was so scared that motion sickness was going to hit me. I kid you not. I went with a really good friend of mine, and he's Navy, so he's used to being on ships and whatnot. So he was good. I had a laugh when I said, look, I got Imodium and Dramamine. And I said, I hate being caught off guard when shit happens. I said, so if you get motion sickness or you feel yourself about to get the shits, I got it right here. So don't worry about it. He said, no, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. So it didn't hit me, thankfully, but I like to be prepared, just in case.
But see,
that motion sickness, it will hit you when you least expect it.
I know now. I know now even more so then because I have vertigo sometimes, and that shit was made by the
Oh,
pits of the darkest,
mm,
lowest, dirtiest things known
mm.
to man. Vertigo should not exist. That is a
Oh,
horrible
I've
thing
never had
to happen.
vertigo, but it's the devil.
It
It's
is
the
a
devil.
horrible thing to happen to anybody. I'm not getting on that because I hate the thought of it. And once you have it once, if you ever move too quickly and you hold your
Mm-hmm.
head down, you looking for something, you might as well just go ahead and lay down for like 2 or 3 minutes. Close your
Ooh,
eyes, get ready for this trip.
Yeah.
ooh,
It's like,
I ain't
just
never
hold
had
on.
vertigo or motion sickness, but my ears popped at one time when I got on the plane.
ooh. Yeah,
I
that's
got
the
a
worst.
plane story. But look,
You gone.
a thing. I wish I had known that. A thing, a thing. Me and my brother didn't know is while we were asleep. You can get motion sickness, period, if you're not ready for it.
Oh
But
yeah,
while
true.
we were asleep, we went through a bit of a storm. So
Mm-hmm.
we're asleep and we don't even know that. So by the
Mm-hmm.
time we get up, we got an extreme case of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember taking a bite of whatever chicken they had that night.
Yeah.
And I remember what the floor looked like after that. And I remember going back to my room.
Oh yeah,
and,
that
Hey, this
motion
sounds like
sickness
a fun
is
time I
going.
want to have, honestly.
It's.
also and
And here's the thing.
also
Yeah.
also I remember that you don't supposed to be taking too much of that Dramamine shit because
Yeah.
it
No,
knocks
yeah.
you
Don't do
off
that.
balance even more.
Yep, it does. It does. Like,
So,
okay, when I was on the cruise, okay, so I gotta put the phone like this so y'all can see. Okay, when you're on the cruise, oh god, I hate when my Bluetooth does that. Anyway, when you're on the cruise, okay, the ship is moving. You're literally going like this
yeah, yeah,
because you can feel the ship
yeah.
going through the water. But yeah, the entire time the ship is just going like this, and literally you can be standing still, and you'll start going like
Mhm.
this, or you'll just start going like that. So, Jay's not lying, and that's why I said when I first went on that when I before I went on that cruise, I was getting everything ready and whatnot. I was so scared I was gonna get hit with motion sickness or get the shit. So I got Dramamine pneumonia because I said I refuse to
if
get caught off guard. I refuse
if
to get
ever
caught off
Lionel, Jen, if ever y'all go on a cruise, I can tell you this: by day 3, everything is great. At
guard.
least
Yeah, oh
by
yeah,
day 3,
absolutely,
because
absolutely.
even what Melanie was just talking about, you forget about the swaying and stuff. And I could tell you about how much you forget about it. Me and my brother was going to the club every night. It was wow. How
Oh
are
yeah, the club
we?
is lit. It's lit.
How are we on this ship in the club turning the fuck up
Doing a
on the
Soldier
ship?
Boy and shit in the club on the boat.
Oh,
You.
look, hey, look. Me and my brother.
I bet the Yule on the boat because you was already rocking
Oh,
side to side.
look,
I bet that Yule was fucking.
look. It was so disrespectful because we got to the DJ and had him playing all South rap shit. It was wild. And this was around 2008. Crunk hadn't
Oh
left
yeah,
completely yet.
yeah, yeah.
Bunch
Not
of
yet.
Lil Jon, bunch of Lil Scrappy, some Pastor Troy. It was, yo, we had it moving in that motherfucker. We was
Damn.
wild. Then my brother my brother was in it so much, he went to the club next door. And I was like, man, I don't think we're supposed to go in there. He was like, what you mean? He was like, well, everybody who went in there, they look like they work here. I was like, all right, well, I'll be the only person in here who don't work here. I was like, it's like, you got a point right there. But I'm gonna wait it out. So he went in there. He was in there for about 10 minutes. And all I see is a bunch of little Philippine people behind him. And I say little on purpose because they were all shorter than him, escorting him out.
Oh Lord.
And I see him walking out like this.
Oh my God.
And by the time they got him out, they all smiled at it and waved at him. I was like, yeah, see, I told you. You don't work here. So you let them people have their fun by themselves. Like I'm pretty sure they work on this motherfucker all year.
Oh,
They want to
they
have their
do. They
fun by
do.
themselves. Get out of their party, man. Stop playing.
They looked
Come
up.
over here with the rest of us. So what are you doing over here, man?
What
Hey, he
the?
went in there. Oh, look, my brother went in there with a cup in his hand. He was ready to party.
Oh
He
my
was ready to get
God.
down. Now, I'm pretty sure I haven't flown as much as y'all. Like I've only been on a plane twice.
I
I
flew
went to
37 times last year.
I believe that. I
And in
believe that.
2021, in
Three.
2021, I flew 96
I
times.
flew 3 times last year. The year before, I flew twice.
I was gonna say I fly 4 times a year most years.
See,
Well,
nope,
excuse the
not
fuck.
me.
I was gonna say, like, it's
Not
consistent.
me.
I see my family 2 times a year, then I go the fuck home.
So I went to Sacramento in 2006. Um, one thing about Sacramento, real quick, in 2006, that was at the height of the hyphy movement, that go dumb music. I was, and Sacramento was doing that. The ghost riding the whip thing, real.
Yeah.
We got to a stoplight. Another thing I learned about Sacramento, not a bunch of black people. So we get to a stoplight, and this little Honda Civic drive out in the middle of the intersection. Donuts. One guy hanging out the passenger side. One guy is in the literal trunk. And it's just moving. And then the guy in the driver's side, when they get back straight, he get out and stand on the hood like he's surfing. I'm like, all right, this is my kind of party, but I ain't from out here. So
Y'all got it.
I'm
I'm gonna let them have it.
gonna let y'all do what y'all do. So look, I didn't know flight etiquette and all that stuff, right? But when the person I went out there with, when I showed her my ticket, she was like, "Oh, you straight." I was like, "What do you mean? It's just a seat, and I'm not in the middle." She was like, "No, you in the aisle, and you right next to the door." I was like, "Is that
We got an exit row seat.
good?" I was like, "Is that good?" She was like, "That's great for what you paid."
You essentially first class.
Basically.
Look, 6'1", I had all of the leg room that I needed. So when the lady came around, she was like, I didn't know this other thing that if you sit next to the door, they have to talk to you and say, hey, in case of emergency, are you okay?
Are you gonna help us?
Right.
You need a verbal yes. Say yes, nigga, or I'm moving you.
And if you look young, they check how old you are.
Yes. And
But see,
or if you don't look able, they'll just move you.
But see,
If you don't
Lord,
look trustworthy, they will move you.
but Lional point is a good point because that's the thing that I learned. You have to verbally say clearly yes.
You can't just not.
But see, okay. So when she asked me, I was like, hey, look, man, I'm good with whatever y'all want to do as long as I can keep my legs stretched out. She was like, yeah, but can you say yes or no? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I just said that, but okay. No, I didn't know that was a prize seat. Like, I didn't know
In
that's
my
what
opinion, if I'm on a plane, I'm going to sit first class, or I'm not flying.
Look at you.
Because once you sit first class, you can't go back to a regular ass seat. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah,
Look,
it is
man,
true. That's true. That's
You
true.
look back, peasants, motherfucking. Listen,
I just need y'all to help me convince this lady that I'm married to get on a plane or a ship or something.
I
Look,
heard you should go, nope.
Keisha ain't never flown. She's never flown.
she refuses to.
Why? Why?
The why, Keisha? Why don't you get on the plane? Why? What's the reason? Because I need an update on this. This lady really just said that.
What'd she say?
What'd she
This lady
say?
said if we were meant to fly, we would have wings. Jennifer, you
Wait,
are
hold
not
on,
agreeing
hold on,
with that.
wait, hold on.
If
No,
y'all
I
don't cut
heard
this-
her
I gotta be that person. Hold on, hold on.
But I heard her say it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that is exactly what she said.
I gotta be that person. Are the wings gonna be fried? Are they gonna be baked? They gonna be broiled? Who cooking them?
I mean, she
Y'all
got
be
a
fried
point.
hard.
She got a point.
But she don't want to get on the ship either, though. Lady, we gotta do one of these things. I can't be driving everywhere. We can look the places I'm trying to go. We can't drive to.
Here,
We
Jay,
can drive
I got an idea. I got an idea.
What?
What's your idea?
You doing writing love letters to people back in and just say what I say to her, okay?
All right.
Why don't we try quick
try
flight?
quick flight?
Birmingham to Atlanta is
Birmingham
literally a
to
20-minute
Atlanta.
flight.
It's a 20-minute flight.
If you don't like it, we'll
If
never
you
have
don't
to
like
fly
it,
again.
You don't ever have to fly again.
We could even drive home.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter. A 3-hour drive to a 20-hour flight. Come on.
20 minutes in the air.
20 minutes. That's it.
I'm
From
your
Montgomery to Atlanta.
20 minutes for me.
Lady.
And then once I get there, I have my own transportation to get.
They got rental cars, baby. I got that too.
We can get a package and go with the plane ticket, the car, everything, right? Bam, boom, all in it. What's your next excuse?
But I like my car. More comfortable.
Lady, it's nothing like driving somebody else's car. It's the best thing in the world.
What you drive, J.E.? Tell me real quick. Tell me what you drive.
2014 Buick Enclave.
Buick Enclave.
It's nice.
That's a standard SUV. It's the most.
It is a standard.
It's the most used.
Like, we could go get
SUVs.
some big presidential shit. We can ride big.
Say, look, Lional is a platinum member.
Lional is a platinum member.
I got you.
He said he got us. Later, we flying. Look, that's the end of this. We flying somewhere y'all trust me. It's gonna happen. Matter of fact, what's gonna happen is we're gonna fly somewhere where we're gonna get on a ship. It's gonna happen.
Listen, tell Keisha, technically,
y'all didn't hear that.
I heard it.
I hear that.
Once she scan her ticket and can get on the plane, she can get drunk as hell. They're not gonna kick her off.
True.
Hey, once you scan the ticket, get on the plane, you can get drunk as hell.
As long as you're not drunk when you scan the ticket or get them flight attendants, no problem.
We can get something to drink.
Free alcohol.
You know what? Let me try a medium real quick. We can get back to all of this instead of me interrupting her night routine.
No, this is funny.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's not funny. Train. What can we do a train? I've seen some. I've seen that cross country thing. It's a cool
She'll love the
thing.
train.
I'm gonna tell
She
you.
will love the train.
We could get a nice little
I want the
cat
train
like
all the time.
the little bed thing. We could do that. What do you mean? That trip to Chicago? No, we're not talking about. Well, you know, we're not talking about that.
I would get on the train before I get on the plane.
Motherfucking train is less safe than the goddamn plane.
But you know, there's a high chance that our train can hit some dumb driver on the train track.
More trains have derailed in the past year than planes have crashed.
Very true.
Planes don't crash every day.
I'm still on the ground.
What does it matter if you're still on the ground? Lady, okay, this is over. We're gonna find a medium and we're finding some type of train. That's what we're doing.
Sorry.
We're gonna take a train to the airport to get on the plane.
Everybody has
jump
a
on the
price.
cruise.
Everybody has a price. I just ain't found yours yet.
Oh, I'm gonna find it.
Everybody has a price. You just ain't found hers yet.
I'm gonna find it, and I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna find it. It's probably gonna be something involving the Sims or something like that. So, and see that she look around right there. See it perfect. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead.
So I got two. Well, I got an airport story. Like when I first started flying, I didn't have the status, right? I got the exit row because I'm 6'4", and I was on a small plane, a connector plane, which I fucking hate, right? So I'm headed from Newark to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Indy, because Newark has a direct flight to Indianapolis. It's an hour and 55 minutes, but that flight was full because it was November. So I'm on a flight in Newark, and I'm sitting in the exit row. A typical Jersey, New York nigga sitting next to me, right? And she, the flight attendant came. She was like, "Hey, in the case of emergency, I need to know if y'all gonna, help us."
Right.
And I said yes, and he said yeah. When she left, he looked at me. He said, "Hey, yo, word to mother. If anything happens on this plane, I'm fucking out. She bugging. She bugging. Hey, yo, it ain't." And you want to know what the best feeling in the world is as a black who flies all the time?
What's up?
Get into the airport, checking in, and sitting at the gate, knowing that you flying first class and you getting on the plane first, and
Oh
seeing
yeah.
and seeing other people trying to get to the gate and get first class tickets and they don't have them. But
Yeah.
then you get on the plane and you get comfortable and you sipping orange juice out of a champagne glass with ice in it, which is fucking disgusting. But when in
It
Rome,
is.
Don't look, at least they didn't use bright and early like some people. But go
Hey,
ahead.
look, man, I learned my lesson, and I showed y'all. I showed y'all when I got it right, and it
this
was
nigga
right.
fucking bright
It
and
was
early.
No,
right.
no, go. Look, I'm throwing shade. Go ahead, Lionel.
So
Go ahead.
when you sipping orange juice and ice out of a champagne glass, which
Word.
is fucking disgusting, but when you're on an airplane, you do it, when in Rome, you do what the Romans do. And you see that same person who tried to get a first class seat, get on, and the first person they see is your black ass face. And they turn around and look back like they're gonna go tell the flight attendant that this nigga is sitting in first class. What's up with that? Best feeling ever.
Yo, have y'all? And I don't know if it's because of the circles I've ended up in. Y'all met somebody and they became friends with you way too quick for your own comfort, and they were like aggressively "you my homie" type thing.
Yeah, I have.
Her name was
I ended up cutting them off and putting a restraining order against them because they were jealous of the fact that I had a boyfriend and they didn't. But go ahead. Yeah, I've dealt with that.
Brittany
Whoa!
Dyson.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Lionel and Jen know something real specific here,
I
and
got you.
Lionel just called out a name, and I don't
I
know who they
said it.
talking about.
I said it because I know y'all weren't listening and Jen was. That's the only reason I said it. Now, moving on.
So wait. So I was in Montgomery at the time, and I was living in the hood. I found out later through sets work that there are nice areas in Montgomery. I just wasn't privy to them because I wasn't making the money to be there. But when I was living in one of them neighborhoods, I was sort of in the hood, and the dude downstairs was hood nigga. But he found out that I rap, and he thought it was good. So it was like, yeah, like I like rap. That nigga don't get in the way. He ain't out here snitching, so we cool. That's my nigga. This nigga would make it his business. Anytime I showed her, hey man, what's going on, bro? Cool, man, chilling. Yeah, man, ain't nothing going on out here, man. I made sure your spot safe, man. Ain't nobody fucking with your crib. You know, you good. It's like, all right.
Right.
Appreciate that,
Much
man.
obliged.
Yeah, you all right. So, hey, man, come down later, man. We watching the game, man. Have a couple beers or whatever. Look, I ain't never been that dude, and I ain't gonna lie. Don't hit me spontaneous with come down later. Hit me up a week earlier. Like, hey, man, look,
Yeah, yeah.
next week we got something going on, man. You want to come by? Cool, whatever. I had a breakup around that time with somebody I had been with for a while, and I remember leaving the apartment, going downstairs because I seen him and his homies down there. I shouldn't have went down there, but I went down there. And a couple beers, I was like, man, I don't want to get into it, but just ended something, relationship, whatever. And he was like, oh man, that's fucked up, man. But hey, that's how shit goes. Usually how hood is. It's either it is what it is, or it be like that sometimes, or that's just how shit goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's damn.
Those are the phrases. So like, yeah, and then for whatever reason, I kept talking, and I told him the reason why we broke up was because she finally admitted that she was cheating. He was like, she was what? It's like, fuck that. It's like, what that nigga at, man? Let's go get him, man. It's like, wait a minute. Wait, bro. Like, wait. It's like, nah, man, I'm for real, man. Don't nobody fuck with you like that, man. You my man, yo. Don't nobody mess with you like that. It's like, man, I've known you for like 2 months. What are you talking about?
Die for me?
It's like, I don't know if I would do that for me. Like, I'm good, yo. We was like, nah, man, I'm telling you, you don't let nobody disrespect you like that, man. they disrespect you, they think they can do it forever, man. They ain't gonna disrespect you as long as I'm here. It's like, hey, look, like, bro, I don't know what told you we're this close, man. But I appreciate it, but we ain't got to do all that. I promise, we ain't got to
Right.
do all that.
I told him, I
Let him.
already handled it, big dog. Don't even worry about it.
He's like, it's like, you know what, man? That's all right. I got this younger man. I'm gonna give her your number. She gonna come by. She gonna take care of you. It's like, we ain't got to do that either. We good, man. Trust me. Like, so that's the one time I can remember somebody being that aggressively, you my nigga, and it was only 2 months. So I want to hear this person that you and Jen know that you just had to. You call this person by name. You didn't
Damn.
even say, "Yeah, I know." No, you let the name out.
So I was on a plane one time.
Oh, here we go.
This is
Back
called
to the play.
dodging. Is a skill I learned in corporate America. When you don't want to answer the question, you just dance around and make it sound good
Yeah.
and sound nice.
You
Yeah,
didn't learn it in
yeah.
like RHA.
I learned it in
Yeah.
banking. I learned it in banking. So yeah.
All right, I guess. Here we go. I need a shave. And I need to
Me
do
too,
something with
bro.
this fucking fro. Why am I doing myself? Why am I doing this to myself?
I tell you what, while you get ready, because it seemed like when I asked the question, Jen knew of a situation she had like that too. Do y'all have the same situation? Or
No,
did
she
you
just
have
she
one?
just like to laugh at my pain.
Okay.
Okay, to be
Okay.
fair, it also
Okay.
almost became my pain because they tried to make me room with her.
Oh,
Oh shit.
okay. So
Because
let let me hear your aggressive friend.
notoriously, I get along with most everybody. I'm generally friendly. I'm not gonna cause shit, at least not to somebody's face.
Word.
They're like, oh, this person's really difficult to live with. Maybe Jennifer would be willing. Jennifer is not. Go fuck
They threw you in the
yourself.
ring of fire. They threw you in the ring of fire.
And I said,
Why would you sign me up for that?
they're like, would you be willing to live with so and so for the summer? And I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I reassign me. And then I ended up with somebody wonderful. I loved Alexis. She was great.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, and then I had to work with her boyfriend for a while. So that was
What the
also
hell? Just could not get away from him.
Listen,
her boyfriend was also on my shit list, but that was because he didn't do it.
2 years at a college, I could not escape. Okay,
Damn.
2 years. But before I tell that story, I'm gonna tell another airplane story. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I
I'm
was
gonna go feed
flying.
my roommate's cat while you do this.
Okay, I was flying to Manchester, New Hampshire, from Indy, which is Indy to Baltimore, Indy to the DC area. So Baltimore, Dulles, or Reagan, and then Baltimore, one of those airports to Manchester, right? So
Yeah.
of course it's COVID, and I told my boss I didn't want to fly, and he was like, "But what if you can fly first class?" And I was like, "I guess." But these were two big planes because they were going to big airports. So
Right.
these were two Boeings, so they were really nice. So the planes that were flying were generally full because some of the seats are blocked off, but not many planes were flying in 2020. So
Okay.
I get my first class seat. The lady comes up. She's like, "Why can't I get a first class seat?" She was like, "There are no first class seats. If there was a first class seat, I'd let you have one. There is no incentive for me to keep you out of first class.
Right.
Green is the only thing that matters, but there's nothing to sell you." So I was right behind her, and I was like, "Hey, this is my ticket. I ripped it in half. Can I get another one?" I ripped it in half because I was throwing away trash and I ripped the ticket or whatever. So She was like, yeah. You're sitting in, 2A. And she turns around and goes, hey, how come he gets a first class seat? And I was like,
Really?
because I have money. She scoffed. Then we get on the plane, in 2020, first class was not getting on the plane first in 2020. They loaded the plane back to front.
Okay.
Because virus,
Right.
And so I'm on a plane last, and she gets up, she goes to the bathroom, and she comes back and she goes, they just let everybody sit in first class.
Mother.
And the lady next to me was like, except you, go to the back of the plane, brokey.
Ain't no way.
Sarah was the best on that flight.
Ain't no way.
Fucking broke. Fucking boomers, man.
Ain't no way.
The crazy thing is, on this flight, the first class and the general seating was like $10 difference because the prices are already low. So when she booked the flight, she could have booked first class, but she wanted to carry her way in. Okay. Now, I had met this girl
She
at
can't be that
Badger
bad.
Connection. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Badger Connection was orientation.
Yeah.
Right. Generally cool girl. Okay. Didn't really get into the whole psychopath thing until she showed me that she was an actual psychopath. So
You dicked her down?
why you gotta be like that?
Just asking the question because
So-
usually when guys say, because usually when I hear guys say, man, that bitch is crazy, and I ask if you dick her down, then they get quiet and I go, okay, man, go ahead.
No, see, here we
We'll
go.
give him. She's actually crazy.
We get
Okay, so she needs medication. Okay,
Got
go
it.
ahead.
I got a number. We talked through the summer. Okay. Get back to school. Okay, good to see you. Yada yada yada. Realize, damn, she got a lazy eye. That's cool though. It was straight at Badger Connection.
Okay.
I swear it was. I will sign an affidavit that it was straight. Anyway, we dated for like a month. And I go to class one day, come back. This bitch put all of my shit in a box.
No.
And clean, like, first of all, our room, me and my roommate, our room was a mess. So we said, all right, we got a 1:00 class. We come back, we gonna knock this shit out. All right. We're gonna get this shit in order. Came back, room was spotless. Like my mama had cleaned it, And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Thank you for doing that. You really didn't have to. It wasn't your responsibility. Like, I was kind of upset that she did it. Because you can't clear across campus to clean my shit. Like, don't do that. And it's all right. I'm gonna take a shower. And I'm going through my dresses. I'm looking for shit. And it's just her shit. Her shit. And I'm like, where is my stuff? Oh, your stuff is over there. Bitch, did you put all of my shit in a fucking box? In my half of the room? Her roommate did the same thing to my roommate because he was dating her roommate at the same time.
I can't be fucking with crazy bitches.
Man, let me tell you.
Normally, when a guy calls a girl crazy, I'm suspicious. Listen. This one's right.
So
yeah, I'm usually suspicious when I hear that shit. Okay.
I was like, yo, this is a little too much. So you should definitely, first of all, you're gonna get me in trouble because you just moved into my room and that's not allowed.
Right.
Second, you just moved into my room and that's not okay. So
right.
Go to your room and I'll call you later. Because at this point, I'm like genuinely afraid of this girl. I get over it in the next chapter, but so all of a sudden, like way at the end of the hall, there's this kid, Chandler, right? Chandler didn't bother nobody, He was just like one of those quiet dudes. You see him, Chandler, what's going on? Chandler, hey, what's up? If we doing stuff, hey, Chandler, because Chandler was like an introvert. So it's like, hey, Chandler, we're going to, the calf. You want to come with us? He always say no thanks, but thanks for letting you know. Hey, we're having pizza. You want a slice? Yeah, I'll take a slice. Just Chandler, don't bother nobody. Nobody bother Chandler. Chandler cool with everybody. Chandler calls me. Chandler never calls me. So
Now,
anytime
if the quiet kid hits you up, that's when shit really done got
Chandler
real.
calls me, and he's like, "Hey, so, oh God, I don't know how to tell you this. Your girlfriend is in my room, and I'm teaching her algebra." And I was like, "The bitch ain't even in math this semester. She's not even in math."
Oh, shit.
Also, keep in mind that these floors had maybe 30 people on them. So if he lived at the end of the hallway, there's not that many doors.
Right. I was in 307. He was in 318.
Right.
Oh, so he down the hall is what you're saying.
I can look out my door and see Chandler's room.
Wow.
Okay.
Because it was across the hall. So it wasn't even like 10 rooms down. It was like 5.
So Chandler, I was taking math, and Chandler was my tutor. And by tutor,
Okay.
Chandler was doing my math homework, and in return, I was teaching him how to play Madden.
Well, I'll be
I
damned.
was gonna say,
So
did
he could play
Chandler do
online
that
and win money.
before you bought me
That's what I
French
was
fries?
doing.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was a
Okay.
trade-off. Chandler was hell with the trajectory and the geometry and shit he knew. If he picked up the controller, I couldn't beat him, but I couldn't let him know that he didn't need my help because I needed help in math. So fuck. So he's like, what do I do? I was like, how the fuck did you pull up to the party and forget the perks, Chandler? I don't know, tutor her, but I'm not here. I was in my room, but I was like, I'm not here, Chandler. Whatever you decide to do, I am not here. And he was like, okay, got it. You're not here. 2 seconds later, who knocking on my fucking door? I was like, God damn it, Chandler.
Oh,
It's the
shit.
same girl whose reason my hairline is swooped right here today. Well, I need to get a haircut every other fucking week. Now, at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm agitated because she's clearly not listening.
She's clingy as fuck. I can't.
Right. It was okay at first. It's like,
And on a good day, she's
because
clingy.
there's, days where I call it the crew. We do stuff. She can come along. There's days where the fellas, we do stuff. You can't come along. And there's days where we do stuff and nobody else is allowed to come along. Right? But 7 days a week? Come on.
That's too much.
That's no.
My roommate just kicked his girl out. Was like, hey, we're done. Get your shit, go.
Right.
And I was like, bro, that was a little cold. He was like, you gotta do the same thing. What the fuck you mean? You were right. So broke it
You
off.
should have listened.
Broke it off.
Yeah.
I should have listened. Broke it off. Wasn't trying to be a dick, but I was real stern in why I was like, this is not gonna work. Okay. She was like, okay. In that New Orleans accent, so the K sounded like K. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, whew, all right.
I know what you was thinking.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking because that was in August, September. Okay. I still got a whole school year to go. That day, we go to we ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time every day. We had our own table every day. You wanted to find me, you knew I was there at 5 o'clock. I'm eating. We sitting there, I just told everybody, yo, yeah, so I broke it off. They're like, you okay? It's like, yeah, all right. That shit was just very, very weird. And I'm glad that it's over. 2 minutes later, at 5:02 and 30 seconds past the second minute of the 17th hour of the day, she bring her happy ass and sit right next to me with a fucking slice of pizza, a cupcake, and some collard greens.
Okay, that bitch. That's
and I'm like,
excessive.
Everybody had the same look on their face. So I just got up and left. And there, next thing I know, I'm walking back to my room, and everybody, my whole friend group, running behind me. Like, why the fuck you leave us in there? What the fuck, y'all niggas thought what was going on? September, October, November, December. The next day, she switched her schedule to where she was taking every class that I was taking.
Okay, now.
I was a
Okay.
computer information systems major. She was a biology major. We didn't even have the same prereq.
I was gonna say.
We didn't even need the same amount. Like, I needed more Englishes and a math. She needed every math and
She needed
hardly
every math and science. She needed more sciences.
So
But
you don't have time to take CIS
right.
with your degree track. So what are you doing? She changed her major.
Way too much.
Bro,
Yeah.
Way too much going on here.
That
Way too
no.
Miss my advisor, Miss Lucas, I love Miss Lucas. Miss Lucas was like, "You fucked her, didn't you?" And I was like, "Damn, what I do to deserve this?"
The Spring Hill teachers were upfront as shit. That wasn't just like a Miss Lucas thing.
So, bro, I had to take like mandatory therapy behind that shit, right?
I can imagine. I can imagine.
I get it.
In the meantime, I still got a problem. She's in every class that I'm in.
Wow.
You're like, therapy can only do so much when she's right fucking there.
Right.
And it's like every class, they're like, "Oh, we kind of want you guys to sit in alphabetical order."
Uh-oh.
Her last name started with a D. My last name started with an H. It got to the point where I was just like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. Every time you say something to me, I'm just telling you to shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
Yo,
Turn around.
I can see the universe. I can see the universe in that moment. Like, yo, watch this. Watch what I do to him. Watch this. Watch this right here. Watch it. Watch it. Watch how I put her in all his classes. Watch this shit.
So it was so
universe is having fun with your ass.
Yeah, the universe is having fun with that.
Universe is whooping my
watch
ass.
this. Watch it.
So in November, you got to pick your classes for the next semester.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't tell a single soul in my friend group which classes I was taking.
Right. Smart.
Okay. I had to be safe.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we come back. Right. Guess who's sitting in Sociology 101?
Ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no motherfucking
as a
way.
biology major.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
He only needed one history, and we took History 104 the first semester. So you in a class, not only are you in a class you don't need, you're missing a class you don't need by being in the class
I was gonna
you don't need.
Look, it's gonna take her longer to graduate now because now she's taking bullshit she don't need.
Because
look, that's on her. That's on her.
Because I told her, change your major back to what the fuck you were studying. And leave me alone, because the next time I see you, I'm gonna punch you in the stomach. Like I legitimately threatened to punch her in the stomach. And then public safety came knocking at my door. I was like, I don't care. I meant it. So
you're like, that was a promise in case we
that was a promise. So then of course she started like trying to get friends to turn against me and stuff like that. But everybody's like, we actually hated you before you started dating him. So you don't have any friends over here. Okay. So May comes and we're getting ready to, finals have gone and all that stuff. And so she was like, she sent me a text and it was like, can I come get my pillow that I left there? Or do you need it to remember me? I respond, ... Come get your fucking pillow. Right? So she came and got a pillow and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, this was in my stuff. Blue envelope, birth certificates, shot records, all that shit. She had it. And she kind of like did a little shuffle down the hallway. Bitch, hold on, bitch, where you going? Why the fuck you got this? She just turned around and walked away. All right, cool. I was told my junior, like during the summer, that she was not coming back to Spring Hill. So I was like, oh, sweet.
You got off easy.
Sweet.
You got off easy.
August 24th, 2015. The literal first face I see on campus is her falling off her goddamn bike. I said, it's going to be a long ass fucking year. I already know it.
Yo, look, I got one last question, only because I just seen it. And I just wanted to know what y'all think about it. It's kind of morbid, but what is the one thing you wouldn't want to be your last post? Maybe not word for word, last post on social media before, I don't know, some tragedy or something.
Anything that says that I said LOL to.
I just don't want people to know my Tumblr username, and we can call it a day.
I don't want, long as my family and my and certain people do not know my Twitter name, I am good.
Yeah.
I'm good. They cannot know my Twitter name. Cannot know it.
I don't want something like I'm saying something like, man, it's gonna be on tomorrow.
I can't wait to get home and eat the ice cream. I guess he never got his ice cream.
Cause I see this dude that said, look, man, if I die while Facebook is still around, I want my homie to get my password. I want him to log in months later and just put up a post and say, man, it's hot as hell down here.
I think you can set up social media next of kin's, by the way. So, like, that's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have my sister. My sister is my next of kin, just in case something happens to me on my Facebook. She's my next of kin.
Can you imagine scrolling those? Like, man, I know this nigga dead. What the? You know, enough for social media for me today.
So I'm gonna make the last part of the story quick. Okay, so we get to campus. You know, some friends weren't friends anymore. New friends like Jen came along, right? So everybody kind of got
dope.
I didn't even witness this whole first year, and I knew she was crazy.
Somebody like
wow.
My new friends got real acclimated to the situation. Like, who is that over there walking to you? Just walk, Jen. Shut the fuck up and walk. Just walk. Right? I was president of the student organization we were in. I recruited pretty much my whole friend group and tripled the size of the organization, and also gained quote unquote control of the house because I'm president. All my friends are going to vote for what I want. So I pretty much did what I want, and everybody else was pretty pissed off about it, but I didn't give a fuck because I got shit done. Now, all of a sudden, I can't tell you can't join because it's a student group. As long as you agree to it, right. So one day I walk in the meeting and I see her fucking ugly ass face, and I turn around and I walk back out the door. And everybody's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" So Sean comes back out and is like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck is he doing? What are you doing?" It's like, "Y'all punking me, and I'm gonna whoop your ass." Because I was pissed. I was like, "Y'all playing with me, and I don't like it."
Right.
And he was like, "Dude, I tried to get her to leave. She wouldn't leave. She said she wants to be a part of this organization, and your rules. So you have to let her in. You got to do this." I was like, "Bitch, Sean. I just want you to know that. You got no balls." I was cussing Sean out, and Sean didn't do nothing wrong. So I come in and I like do the whole meeting, and she raised her hand. It's like, "Well, I don't know what happened in the last minute. Somebody give her some minutes." Like, I cut her off. "Somebody get her the minutes, please," and kept going. Right. And then Sean's girlfriend at the time was the secretary. Right. She quits. No, not at that time. Another friend of ours was the secretary, and she quit. And so
I was gonna say Sean's girlfriend came after Brittany.
And so the thing is, when somebody quits in that organization, the president has to assume that role.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm president and I'm making noise. Like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna delegate this to Sean. So I delegated to Sean.
Do not.
And Sean
Not
was
that-
like, I say we open this up to whoever wants to be it and let them, because Sean didn't want to take notes because Sean's a bitch. Right? I was like, all right, anybody want to be director of administration?
Oh, jeez.
Anybody? She raised her black ass hand.
Oh,
And at this point, our advisor, Adam, he's just, if you know Adam, Adam is just having the best day of his life right now because he knows what's going on. And he's just sitting there with this like grin on his face.
Adam was chaotic neutral every day.
And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, anybody else? Anybody else?
And I already had a role at this point, so I wasn't
So
bummed.
I was like, all right, somebody nominate Brittany. And nobody wanted to nominate Brittany. And I was like, all right, I'm appointing Brittany the director of administration. Cool. I hope you've been taking notes this whole time because I want to need those tomorrow morning by noon. What do I get tomorrow morning at noon? Nothing. You know when I got my minutes for Tuesday? Monday. The fuck am I supposed to do with this now? Right? So I deal with it up until October. And then she sent me a text one day and she was like, call me, it's important. Hello? What? What? I just want you to know that you're too late. I found somebody else. What? What'd you say to me? I found somebody else. You're too late. I found somebody to make me happy. That couldn't be you.
they get the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Right.
This is exactly what I said. Well, I hope you're happy. And she was like, thank you. Hung up the phone. I put in the group me. Hey, yo, we going to McKinney's. Loaded fries on the bar. Bro, I blew all my Badger Bucks that night. Bro, we Tuesday morning, she come in the meeting and this big, like I'm a big dude, but this nigga was really big.
Right.
And as a big nigga, I can say that this nigga was a big nigga.
Okay.
He's sitting next to her and they like sitting there together and their arms are like wrapped around each other like he escorting her, but they sitting down. So what the fuck are y'all doing? So everybody peeping this and everybody's looking at me like, because I had a lot of outside stuff going on that I didn't tell my friend group about because like I genuinely did not care. I just
Okay.
wanted my minutes Wednesday at 12 because my office hours were from 12 to 3 and I could sit in there with Jen and I could tell Jen what was going to happen and how everybody was going to vote. And I can budget and plan accordingly with her. So when it came Tuesday night, there were no surprises. Wednesday morning, we got our POs and we good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, damn, I sound like a fucking Republican.
A little bit. Go ahead.
I'm fucking dead.
How you doing over there?
Anyway, so that's how it was. That's how it was. I got what I wanted because I had the voting power in the room. Nobody really cared enough to question why things were the way it was, except Jen. And
we had enough money to do whatever.
Right. Jen had the money, and Jen pretty much knew what I was gonna do from the jump anyway, because logic. So
I get writing out the budget for all of these events.
Right. So I come in like Wednesday morning, I got the email, and the email was her name and her boyfriend's name, director and associate director of administration.
Excuse me?
Who the fuck appointed you an assistant?
Excuse me?
I didn't care. I really didn't care, but I had to be petty. Like, no, I had
no other choice.
Yeah.
No other choice.
So I was like, oh, you can't appoint.
And I say that as someone who was president of an organization in undergrad. If anyone in my committee pulled that shit, oh, they know their ass is going the fuck down. I don't play that. I do not play that.
I didn't do it in public. I sent her a text like, hey, you gotta resend that email without him on there because you don't have an associate director. And if you want an associate director, you have to request one, and then somebody has to be nominated. We have to go through this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Robert's
you can do
rules.
that Tuesday night if you want, but today is Wednesday and that ain't flying. He was like, you just don't want to see me happy, bitch. I want you to stop fucking around in my organization. That's what I want you to do. And use complete sentences in these goddamn notes. You're an adult.
Right.
Oh shit.
Stop. Short fucking, what's it called? When you take the vowel out of
Shorthand.
the word, stop shorthanding
Yeah.
fucking notes. The meeting is 40 minutes. We only have 3 items on the agenda.
40,
Right.
look, 40 minutes for a
9 p.m.
meeting?
on Tuesday night, she could figure it out.
I was gonna say, look, 40 minutes for a meeting. You nicer than me because whenever I held a meeting, the longest I spoke was 10 minutes.
Remember,
No,
I
five,
already
10
had the
minutes.
decisions made. I already had the decisions made. Y'all just listening to me talk at this point.
And
I
occasionally,
know what y'all gonna
convincing
suggest.
somebody.
Like, I legitimately predicted every fucking thing that was going to happen at the meeting on Wednesday with Jennifer. So we were literally just there, honestly. But so Tuesday comes, I'm talking, and she stands up. We didn't do Robert's Rule of Order because
Okay.
whatever, that shit was stupid. And she's like,
It is
excuse me,
sometimes. It
I
is.
have something to say that's more important than our event this weekend. Well, kinda. Okay. Well, if it is, it still has to fucking wait until I'm done talking. I don't usually cuss in the meetings, but
That's just common courtesy, yeah.
you pissed me off.
At that point, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'd
I'm
be
done
pissed
talking,
too.
and I was like, all right, any new business? She stands up. It's come to my attention that
Well, no, you don't.
so everybody's like, everybody's looking at me like this.
We all knew
No,
what was going on. This wasn't a scene.
No,
So
you
she's
didn't.
making a scene that I can't have an associate, and as that's not fair. All right, everybody in here who has an associate, all directors who have an associate, raise their hand. I'm the associate everything.
Word.
If you can't be here, I do it. You don't need an associate. Sit down. Right? And then the next week, we win the bid to host a state conference. Okay. This is where the story ends because she quit after this and I didn't have to deal with her anymore. Okay.
Thank
State
God.
conference was in February 7th, 2015. I'll never forget it.
And then we went to Mardi Gras ball that night.
Well, we were some zombies.
We were.
We were some zombies, bro. So, we started planning this thing. No, not the conference. She quit before the conference. We're talking about Fear Factor. So we had a director of programming who is he who shall not be named, aka the fucking rapist, whatever you want to call him. He was a director of programming, which means he reserved everything we needed for the event. If he didn't do his job, there was no event. Okay. We've been working on this event for 2 weeks. It is the Thursday before the Saturday. He quits. All right, Alex.
Okay.
I accept your resignation. Just turn over everything you've done. He didn't do anything. Fuck. Emergency meeting, guys. Grab your lunch. Come up to LeBlanc. All right. We don't have anything. So I'm going by everybody. Jen, all of your POs are in order. Of course they are because I signed them. Okay. VP, we got this and this. We got table secured. We got chairs secured. We got ice secured. Done. Because I signed off on the shit. Right. Brittany, did you register the event with student involvement? What do you mean register the event? Everybody drop your head like this.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
The paperwork. The paperwork that we have to file with the school to have the event.
Oh my God.
That's not my responsibility.
Oh my God.
I literally told you at the meeting 2 weeks ago to file the paperwork. And you said, and I quote, got it. It'll be done. I wrote it down. Got it. Done. And she looked at me. It's like,
that is a foreign president organization. That is a fucking nightmare, especially when I task somebody on my committee to do that. Oh yeah,
Whew.
I
Yeah,
don't
go
understand
ahead.
why everybody's coming at me about this. Everybody did their job except for you and Alex. Or it'll get done when? Well, I have class at 12, 1, 2,
No.
3. Jen, can you go submit that form real quick? Jen had it printed out and filled out already because Lionel prepares for things like this.
I was gonna say that was the first one of those forms I wrote because we're like that shit didn't get
It was
done.
like, Jen, just in case, do the form.
Right.
And just if you need to, take it there.
I thought it was over there where you are.
Then that Saturday, after that, we played basketball. Her boyfriend tried to fight me. This big nigga couldn't. He couldn't. Hindsight's 2020, but I should have hit this nigga with a 2-piece when I had the chance.
Lord. Lord. No. You ain't got to hit him. Feed him a Popeye's biscuit with no drink.
I really should have just tipped his ass over. He would have felt like a cow. That's what I should have done. We playing.
Jen, I know that can be considered cruel and unusual punishment.
We're playing basketball. He walks in and goes, I got next, and I got him. Bro,
Come on, man.
me, 6'4", 300 pounds, was the most athletic dude on the court.
Right.
That's crazy. But that's where we grew. That's where we went to school. So I'm moving. I'm like Steph Curry, just moving around, and he just like waddling. I fucking charged right at his ass one time. And you ever see somebody fall in slow motion?
Nothing laughing at that. Terrible.
It
yeah.
take them forever to actually hit the ground.
They left me alone. They left me alone after that. Every now and then,
Oh yeah.
I'll walk across campus and she'll just look at me like this, and I'll go.
And then I still have to work with the fucking boyfriend.
That is crazy.
So yeah,
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Y'all was strict at Alabama State. Probably y'all probably avoided situations like this.
Probably.
At least a couple of them.
Probably.
She used to chew with her mouth open. I swear to God, one time I stuck my finger.
Man,
I stuck both of my fingers in her mouth and pulled her tongue down. Stop doing that shit.
I'm glad you got away.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for you that you got away from that. Because fuck that.
I really hope somehow she gets this episode.
Fuck that bitch. I hope she's watching it. Fuck her. Go ahead.
Yo, watching. You was a little musty that one time.
Yo,
I just want you to know that we all knew it was you.
Lord.
You was a little musty, and it was November, so it wouldn't even warm. It wouldn't even hot.
Oh, come on, now that's the worst.
Come on,
that's the worst.
That's the worst.
That's the worst.
Had the whole first floor library smell like hamburger helper.
I could give you an excuse in the middle of July. Maybe you missed it. Maybe you sweated out. November, there's no excuse.
Yeah, you was a little musty at the meeting, and I know you remember. But if you watch it, you was a little musty. And I think your boyfriend was a little musty too. I think y'all used this. Yeah, you was a little musty.
Lord.
And we talked about you at McKinney's that night because you was musty.
Yo, if this is the last note, I want to leave y'all with this. Just be on the lookout. The newest conspiracy theory photo is Jay-Z holding a glass of red wine.
Oh my God, I saw that photo.
Okay. On next week's episode of But Peep This, the podcast. Oh, real quick. Jen is picking movie and album. So it's movie first.
The movie is The Mummy from 1999 because it's fantastic.
I love that. Okay.
I need a reason to rewatch it. It's a great movie.
The Mummy.
Okay.
And then the album is Bimbo Core Volume 1 and 2 by Scene Queen.
I can't say I'm familiar, but I'm ready.
Jen, I'm gonna pick up your mic. Pick up your mic. I just want to hear okay after I tell you this. You picked the first album that's not hip hop.
Brent Faiyaz wasn't hip. Well,
that counts. I count that as hip hop.
Okay.
Don't fuck this up.
Look, we were gonna get close to this, so you're right on time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Okay.
I'm looking forward.
Now.
Yeah. That's all I got to say because I know I liked a good portion of the songs on it, and I'm excited to listen through all of them.
So this is the end of the episode. We appreciate y'all rocking with us for 30 episodes. If you don't think that's a lot, then fuck you anyway. I want to say next week will be season 2. But if I feel like it, new song, new entrance, whatever. If I feel like it, I don't know. New format, maybe how we talk about things. I don't know. Depend on if I feel like doing it. But I will tell you this: these same people will be here next week. We ain't no scrubs, so Sean will be back next week. I guess he went to the drugstore because he forgot the perk 30s. I don't know. I'm tired of making up jokes for this.
Perk 30.
He had to go find that Lord Farquaad eyeshadow palette.
Oh, that's a Makeup Revolution.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He has to go to Ulta for that. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
They made Shaggy black in the new Scooby Doo, and somebody said Shaggy went from she's to shit.
That's my guy. Like, yo, I don't know that dude's name, but I love when he say that shit.
So next week's episode, we are going to talk about the proper way to say shit, because there are certain situations where it's just shit, and there are situations where you elongate the id. We'll get into shit 101. We're gonna review the mommy. We're gonna review Bimbo Core, and whatever the fuck else we want to talk about. Because if y'all ain't got it yet, we do what we want. We say what we want. I'm wearing new black and shit. That's just how it is. I'm Lionel. That's Jen, Melody, Jay. This is But Peep This the podcast. We will see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.